Loving and gracious God, we come to you today and we thank you for this beautiful day and this opportunity to pray together as free people. We thank you for the men and women all over the world that help to keep us free. We also come to you today and we thank you for all of the sponsors and so many people who work so hard to put today together. Lord, we finally come to you today and we ask for safety. We ask that you be with each and every one of the drivers, with all of the crews, with the safety workers, and with our world. It is in the strong and beautiful name of our Son, Jesus Christ, we come and we pray. Amen.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome songwriter and recording artist Elise Howard.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
5 different winners in 5 races this season, wild restarts, and young names looking to get to victory lane. We could see all of that here today. XFINITY Series Racing next. Welcome to the Texas Motor Speedway. What a sight it is. It's a beautiful day. There's a whole lot of wind out there, but there's also a whole lot of sun. We're getting very close to kicking things off for 300 miles here in the Xfinity Series. We have a repaved track here at the Texas Motor Speedway. It's been a very eventful weekend. So for some of the last-minute stories from pit road, let's go down to our pit reporters, starting with Jamie Little.
Well, Shannon, it's been an exciting week for Bubba Wallace. Last Sunday night, he was a presenter at the ACM Country Music Awards, and he saw his favorite, Carrie Underwood. Well, that excitement continued yesterday. He was fastest in final practice, and today qualified again in the top 10. But the goal today, don't finish sixth. He's done it 4 straight races. He feels like he has a car capable to finish in the top 5. Chris?
Well, imagine taking 20 years of experience and throwing it in the trash. That's what Elliott Sadler said he did yesterday. He said visually, this track looks the same, but it feels completely different. He said his biggest concern is he's starting on the outside on a one-groove racetrack. If he can get through turn 1, he said the rest of the day is going to be learning the new Texas. Matt?
Chris, Joey Logano will start the day in the number 12 car on pole, and their strategy coming in was simple. Get Joey as many laps on this newly refigured Texas Motor Speedway as possible. They feel like they've accomplished that. And then also look at going for the win, just like at Las Vegas. They're not here for stage points. They're here for the trophy. Remember, they pitted early, got track position, and went to victory lane. Today, it's all about the end game. Shannon?
Thanks so much, Matt. Happy birthday down there. You know, the 4 guys are top 4 are Cup guys. But it's the younger guys that you're watching, Larry.
Yeah, because right behind those 4 Cup regulars, 3 of our rookies, but I especially like row 3, William Byron and a young man, Cole Custer. Cole Custer in that 00 car has been fast all weekend, short run and long runs.
You've talked about strategy. So you talk about strategy, and it's really going to come to play in that last stage, right?
Absolutely. You have to make at least 1 pit stop. But as I said in the early part of the show, I'll say it throughout the race, track position is going to be king. And I think a lot of that comes from calls made on pit road.
I think a lot of us are surprised that there weren't more Cup drivers in today's race just for the extra track time because of so many unknowns. What we do know, however, is we're going to go trackside for the command to start the race.
Ladies and gentlemen, here to give the command to fire engines for today's race, retiring Chief Executive Officer of Wise Health Systems, Steve Summers.
Drivers, start your engines.
So we have a lot of action coming from the Texas Motor Speedway, and it is all going to start very soon. It's going to be a wild one.
Just a few minutes away from going racing here at Texas Motor Speedway. Qualified 9th. As you can see, all the boys are getting ready back there.
The track has a ton of grip. It's just the razor's edge of having all the grip in the world to having no grip if you step outside the line.
Just trying to get used to the new pit road here. Got a lot of new things here at Texas Motor Speedway.
NASCAR on Fox live on a gorgeous Saturday afternoon in Fort Worth, Texas. Texas Motor Speedway playing host to the 6th race of 2017 for the NASCAR XFINITY Series. Welcome into our broadcast booth. I'm Adam Alexander with Michael Waltrip and the man in the middle, the hottest driver in NASCAR, Brad Keselowski. So they repaved and reconfigured Texas Motor Speedway. You guys are here as the experts. Brad, do we have any idea what to expect when the green flag goes in the air today?
Well, I'll tell you two things to expect. One, Texas Motor Speedway is now the fastest track in NASCAR. It is hauling the mail out there, Michael, but it's also the most treacherous track in NASCAR. You get out of the groove today, you're going to get sideways, you're going to lose positions, and you're probably going to wreck. It's a very narrow groove, very fast racetrack, very unforgiving.
And they are going to get out of the groove, Adam. So if Brad's right, we are going to see crashes, and some of the best in the business had issues yesterday. This is during practice. Jimmy Johnson around in turn 1. Chase Elliott hard contact in the wall off turn 2. Denny Hamlin spins sideways down in turn 3. Eric Jones off turn 4 to the outside wall. You couple the fact that if you're 1 foot out of the groove with 200-mile-an-hour speeds down into the corner, Brad, you're right. This place is treacherous.
We saw Chase Elliott there. He said this place is edgy. All those guys were running by themselves.
Yes.
Today, when the green flag goes in the air for the first time, we're going to be too wide. How important is it to be in that inside lane?
Yeah, the restarts, you're going to want to be on the inside in turn 1 and 2, but come 3 and 4, who knows? You get the car really fast, side by side, you lose the air off the side, you could get in a lot of trouble being on the inside. So just side by side is going to be tough, and we have double file restarts. It's going to be a handful. And don't forget, this is XFINITY Series. A lot of these drivers are just learning, just getting started, and this is a tough place to learn.
It is a tough place, but 5 times a driver has gotten their first career victory here. Dale Earnhardt Jr., one of those. Chase Elliott, driving for Dale Jr. here in 2014, got his first career victory in his 6th career start. William Byron making his 6th career start today, driving for NASCAR's most popular driver. Let's go from the driver's seat with a kid out of Charlotte, North Carolina.
The teenager out of Charlotte, North Carolina. He's been amazing since he got to NASCAR. William Byron, it's Michael Waltrip and Brad Keselowski up in the NASCAR Fox booth. Do you copy?
Yeah, man, I've got you.
Well, you look relaxed, poised for a great day. I know there was a load taken off your mind when you qualified on the inside. Are you pretty content and happy with where you're sitting? Can you hold that line?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's just going to be important to stay on the bottom, especially here in the beginning of the race with the groove not winding out so far. So just going to be important to get good restarts and keep the car in one piece and hopefully get a good finish.
That's great, William. This is Brad Keselowski, and I got to tell you, you're off to a really great start. First season as a rookie here in the NASCAR XFINITY Series, only 17 points back from the points lead. Wow, that's impressive. What we really want to know is what's it going to take for you to get that first win of your career in the NASCAR XFINITY Series?
Well, it's just going to take being able to lead laps and run with the Cup guys. I think you guys have been really fast, and the 12 car's fast today. So just being able to run with the 12 and the 20 and some of these guys up front, that's going to enable us to get a win. So hopefully we can do that today.
Good luck. Thank you for talking to us, William.
Thank you, guys.
William Byron, the best qualifier when you talk about series regulars, rolls off in the 5th position. Aerial coverage today provided by Goodyear. Everything they learn making tires for the grueling demands of NASCAR inspires what rolls into yours. Goodyear, the official tire of NASCAR. The anxiety level as we get set to go green today, perhaps at an all-time high. Here are the numbers, 75 degrees, and here's something else to consider. Winds gusting at 30 miles per hour. That's got to upset the handling of these race cars.
You know, you nailed it. Anxiety levels very high. A lot of these drivers are really just getting into the NASCAR XFINITY Series, just learning what it's like to go from the local short tracks, whether it be the dirt tracks of America, the asphalt oval tracks, onto these big mile-and-a-half racetracks. And now they're going to come to Texas, which is not only one of the fastest, but like I said, one of the most treacherous. And you make the smallest mistake, you're going to wreck, and you're going to wreck very hard. This is going to be a very, very crucial test for the rookies here today.
And you talk about the rookies that are up front. There's also rookies out back. Alex LeBay from Canada said, this is the first time I ever been on a mile-and-a-half track. I said, buddy, you picked a fine one to come to. Nobody knows what to expect here, and I know it's going to be a challenge for you. But the crew chiefs are also going to be challenged. Adam, talk about the stage racing. Lap 45, we're going to have a caution. If there's a caution around lap 40, there's going to be some strategies played so that everybody can try to get that all-important track position. It's going to be fun to follow today to see what the crew chiefs do.
2.5 hours of practice yesterday, and you know drivers couldn't wait to get on track this weekend.
How do you forget everything you've learned here at Texas after the repave?
Embedded in my brain is 15 or 20 years of racing turn one the way it used to be.
The biggest thing is just trying to get acclimated as quickly as we can.
I've had to change the way I drive here. I'm having to change my viewpoints.
You don't know what it's going to do, so we'll find out when we get on track.
Heard from veteran Elliott Sadler there. Elliott, a driver that won here in 2004 in the Monster Energy Series, our points leader. And Michael, he barely made it to round 2 of qualifying today, going to roll off in the 10th position.
You can see the banking in turns 1 and 2 reduced from 24 to 20 degrees. And remember, that's the fastest part of the racetrack, Adam. We've got great banking down in 3 and 4. You're going to run wide open nearly through there. That means you're going to propel down to turn 1 and then trying to pick up your lines, as we heard the veteran say. What angle to hit that corner at? Wow, by the way, you're running 200 miles an hour. I'm glad we're setting up here and ready to watch this.
Two guys up front that know all about success in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Joey Logano, so good in that 12 car, has won 4 straight races for Roger Penske driving the 12, including earlier this season at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. The guy to his right, Eric Jones, first career victory here, came in 2015. His average finish here in 4 starts, 2.75. How's it going to play out today? Let's put the green flag in the air and find out. We're underway at Texas.
See the high line already backing up off of turn 2. That's right at the edge of that groove. You start slipping and sliding through there. The only thing you can do is slow down a little bit.
3 wide's a little scary. How about Daniel Hemrick? Green 21 shooting inside a fellow rookie William Byron in the 9.
What about Eric Jones? Coming off turn 4. It's slippery up there. Jones slid up the hill. Tyler Reddick to the bottom.
Ryan Blaney, fast in practice yesterday in the 22. On board with him here and a forward behind him, the 00 of Cole Custer.
Custer really strong yesterday in practice. Had a good long run car. The rookie's just getting some laps under his belt here early.
What happened to Austin Dillon? Was running second. Noticed him down the back straightaway, way up high.
Got loose.
There you have it. We're going to hear that a lot today. Dillon got loose. You saw his speed was reduced quite dramatically down into turn 3. That was a result of just sliding sideways. You see these cars all diving on the bottom. There's another car loose. Brandon Jones sideways off turn 2.
You hate to steal a cliche from the old days of Thunder, but loose is fast and out of control. And that's how Texas is. You're going to have to be loose to go fast, but you can't be too far out of control because this track will not forgive you.
And Brad, do you have to be loose because the 2 ends are so different? If you're really good in one, you need to be a little free in the other?
The 2 ends are dramatically different. Turns 1 and 2, Michael, to your point, yes, you have to be able to turn down there. You have to be able to stay on the bottom, and if you get the least bit out of there, you're in trouble.
I think that I love that. I love that the ends are different. It just makes the challenge that much greater. As a race car driver out there on the track, Brad, those challenges can be frustrating, but as a TV commentator, they're a lot of fun, aren't they?
Absolutely. And you see here in front of us, Daniel Hemrick, just a little bump through 3 and 4, shoves him up the hill. Some bumps down there as well.
A couple of young drivers. The 6 of Darrell Wallace Jr., the purple car. 00, the white one of Cole Custer. Contact, it looked like there as they came off of turn 2.
Everybody's fighting to make sure they're in line for turn 3, and Cole Custer says, I'm not giving up the bottom.
And he said it coming off turn 2. That's how much the bottom means. He wasn't anywhere near turn 3, and he's already positioned himself for it.
So many times, though, we say on a start of the race or a restart is Daniel Suarez slides inside of Cole Custer here, and he's going to bring some other drivers with him. Elliott Sadler is there, the 19 of Matt Tifft making a pass of Cole Custer, and those were teammates, Kevin Harvick and Cole Custer side by side.
Don't expect to see Kevin Harvick back here for long. Kevin is a master, really smart as we have a race up here for 5th place. But Kevin's going to work his way up to the front and be a part of the equation in this race.
We saw Jones slip back on the start from that outside starting position nearly to the back half of the top 10. Now he's just slowly and methodically picking his way past the competition, making moves on the bottom of the track. A really strong Toyota for Jones.
That's smart, though, right? Be patient early if you're in that outside lane. Let the track come to you a little bit, huh?
It will. You know, you don't have a lot of time, though. Only 45 laps in this stage, and that's going to run by really, really quick.
Jones going underneath Ryan Reed, who had a good start today. The winner at Daytona to 5th. Jones up to 4th. And more company for Reed. That's the 22. Ryan Blaney driving it this weekend.
Give a shout out to Reed. That's a strong start to the race. He started on the bottom of the racetrack, took advantage of that, got up inside the top 5, and is running really well early.
I got to tell you, I'm really impressed with how the field is doing so far. I didn't think we'd make a lap, as treacherous as this track is, and these guys are doing a great job holding on to their race cars.
I've just been surprised at how aggressive they've been, because you talked about how edgy this place can be, and guys have already made some moves testing the waters a bit.
That's how you're going to have to learn. I mean, you can't ride around all day, especially with the stages. You have to go right now. You have to score those points. They're too important.
Look at Blaney really heating up Reed there on exit. Reed's going to slide up the track. Blaney takes a spot away and will probably open the door for the 2-car of Austin Dillon. He's closing in on Reed now in the 16.
Dillon had that moment lap 2. Got out of the groove, said he just got really loose. He's rallying back and right now finds himself in the 7th position and looking for more, Jamie.
Yeah, he's already lost 4 positions. You know, he's one of those double duty drivers that he told me when he comes over to this side of things, to this car, it's a relief. It's just not as edgy. This car is more fun to drive, but as you mentioned, he's just loose, doesn't know what's going on. He said it's primarily off of turn 2.
I think that's interesting, Brad. I've heard a lot of your Monster Energy Cup fellow drivers say, that Xfinity car is fun to drive. These Cup cars are a handful.
Brad said it was going to be treacherous. Everybody take a deep breath. We're 10 laps in. So far, so good for the Xfinity cars here at Texas. NASCAR Xfinity Series Racing is sponsored by Credit One Bank, the official credit card of NASCAR, and by Ford F-Series, the best-selling trucks for 40 straight years. Okay, so I put the announcer jinx on the field. When we went to break, I said, so far, so good. caution out for the first time. It's for the guy that was in the second position, 21, of Daniel Hemrick.
Yeah, William Byron had heated up Hemrick, got to his back bumper, but that's just a case of getting loose. And Brad, if you're a half car length back, you still free up the guy a little bit in the front. And as treacherous as you said the conditions are out there, I guess it was enough just to send the 21 of Daniel Hemrick right around, huh?
Yeah, you know, the arrow definitely puts into play, but also, you know, Daniel was running really well. He's running second, and I'm sure he was pretty loose already. Get somebody behind you, and it's not going to work. This is from the 9 car. You can see him spinning.
You can also hear
back bumper.
Hear Byron just kind of play with the throttle. Okay, make sure you're going to spin out of my way, and he did just that. This is the view from Ryan Blaney's car.
And you know, this is one of those spins that, you know, when the track gets a little bit older, gets a little more age, you can probably save that race car, but not today. Too treacherous, too slick.
Not many takers when it comes to pit road. Blake Cook taking advantage, brought the 11 down. 13 laps complete in our opening stage at Texas.
We are under caution here at the Texas Motor Speedway, waiting to see how this repaved track works out for the guys on the racetrack. Let's get a look at today's Liberty Mutual Worry Less strategy. Larry Mack, what you got?
It's simple. We've already seen it. Stay in your groove. Run the bottom groove of the racetrack. The spotter, myself as a crew chief, we will let you know, Adam, if we see drivers going up the racetrack and how it's working out for them.
I just love that the crew chief is telling the driver, stay in your lane, stay in your groove, do your job and I'll do mine.
And the spotters will let the drivers know if someone's going up the hill to try to get a better run. But generally, if you're going up the hill, you're going to be hitting the outside wall, just like Daniel Hemrick just did.
And drivers just love it, Michael, when crew chiefs and spotters tell them what to do.
Hemrick did come down pit road, went on the 5-minute crash clock, and is that Hemrick coming here?
He's rejoined the tail of the field, but he's in a lot of trouble.
So he's got to get up to minimum speed to stay in the race. If not, he'll be done for the day. Restart as we complete lap 15. And that was not Hemrick who came around to rejoin the field there at the tail end, it didn't look like.
We talked to William Byron before the race started. He was pretty comfortable about starting on that inside. This time he was put on the outside, and you can see he's losing a couple of spots there in that number 9 car. It's going to be interesting to watch the 20 of Eric Jones try to keep pace with our leader, Joey Logano, because he was closing on him. We could see a battle for the lead. We're seeing battles all over this racetrack. That's Spencer Gallagher in the 23 on the inside of our point leader, Elliott Sadler.
Sadler started 10th today, has dropped back to the 15th position.
Elliott not where he wants to be, dropping through the field here in the second lane. Was almost 3 wide entering turn 1, trying to find a spot to get in line and cannot find one.
He's just such a smart, cautious racer. He knows there's so much to be lost here up in that outside lane and very little to be gained.
Little battle for the lead here. You're right, Eric Jones might be just a touch faster. He's going to try to get right up behind the 12 car and get him a little bit loose. Make Joey think about this a little bit. How bad do you want to stay in this lead?
You see, Joey slid up the hill there a little bit, and it gave Eric a good run off the turn.
A good run.
Spotter reporting to Logano, that's a good run from Eric Jones on the back. Brad, how much different do the cars handle when you're in tight traffic like this? It looks like Jones is better than Logano right now.
Jones definitely looks a little bit better. And, you know, normally when you get in traffic, you lose just a little bit of air off in the corners. But in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, these cars will draft. So you get good runs down the straightaway to catch back up. And I think that's what we saw down the backstretch.
Look at this battle for the lead. Joey Logano holding off Eric Jones. Third right now, the 22 of Ryan Blaney. And that first caution of the day for rookie Daniel Hemrick. He lost 2 laps on pit road, but has gotten back up to minimum speed. They beat the crash clock. He's still in the game, but obviously an uphill climb as the afternoon continues. William Byron up to 4th. Ryan Reed back to 5th now, Jamie.
And he started this race 9th. I think he's a little bit better than he expected. He wasn't sure what to think when they started. We got a car slowing up. That looks like Logano falling back quite a bit. But Ryan Reed, he told me they unloaded. They were right in the ballpark in the top 10 all weekend. They were really optimistic, but didn't expect to be in the top 5 this early.
Wow. Logano got loose off turn 2, Adam. That car about jumped out from underneath him, and he took the lead. Here's a battle of the brothers. We've seen them racing side by side a lot here today.
Logano slid up out of the groove, so Eric Jones, the new race leader. Ryan Blaney able to come through when the 12 lost his momentum. That's the battle for the top spot now.
And now these 2 cars look pretty equal. I think Joey was just a little bit too loose, but these 2 cars are very equal, and I think we'll have a battle all day with these 2 based off of what I'm seeing.
Thinking about the future of NASCAR. Look at all these names inside the top 10. Some teenagers, a lot of 20-somethings, and Logano, who had led the first 19 laps, Matt, finds himself 3rd. What's the story there?
Mike, before the caution came out, the 12 of Logano had reported that the car was coming in still a little bit on the loose side, and that's what you saw him get loose and then lose the lead. And guys, another variable to take into account, if you look at the big American flag on Big Hoss, the big screen on the backstretch, you can just see how gusty those winds are, and then it goes to a crosswind, Chris.
Matt, 19-year-old William Byron, he's a student at Liberty University, and this weekend he's been a student of what's going on the racetrack during all the Cup Series practices. He was watching our broadcast, really trying to learn, and also listening to all the radio communication coming out of Hendrick Motorsports, just trying to glean anything he can from those practice sessions that he can use in this race. So far, he's happy with his race car, saying it's just a little bit loose.
Did you see the green there? The 21 machine of Daniel Hemrick way off the pace. That's got to be a huge challenge for everybody trying to get around him.
Absolutely. He's in a lot of trouble here. His car's really tore up. He's smoking, and he's out of the groove. That's not the day he's looking for.
I think he's got a right front flat, guys, and he's just trying to limp back to the pits. But, man, when he went up the hill in turns 3 and 4, it just really bunched our leaders up, and they did a nice job of negotiating their way off turn 4.
He's going to get an opening here real soon to drop down before the leaders get to him. These the last of the tail end going by now. Hemrick right of your screen, able to get to the apron, should be able to get back to pit road no problem.
And that's a tough break for him. He's 7th in points, rookie, just and really in very close striking distance to the lead.
Darrell Wallace Jr. showed a lot of speed yesterday in the 6 machine for the Roush Fenway organization. And right behind him, Daniel Suarez. Suarez went for a spin yesterday in practice, kept it off the wall, and here he is competing for a spot inside the top 10. He's 8th right now.
Yeah, and he looks like he's better than Darrell Wallace Jr. right now, too. He's really able to close up on the back of him. Be interesting to see if Daniel, with his inexperience in the Xfinity Series, figures out a way to maybe get Bubba a little bit loose and make his way around.
And in front of him, talk about an experience. Tyler Reddick having a great start to the day, running 6th. Doesn't run full-time in this series, and this is a tough rookie track. He's a rookie, and he's running close to the front in a 42 car.
Yeah, you can see Trace Atkins on his hood there. That should scare the competition, right?
His cowboy hat's going to fly off.
There goes the move. We talked about Suarez in the 18 being better than the 6 of Wallace. He opens the door. I'm pretty impressed with the momentum Bubba was able to keep on the outside there, Brad, as he exited turn 2. Didn't lose a lot of ground.
He lost 2 spots, which right now that's pretty good. And I think we're going to see this track continue to change to where you don't lose quite as much as the race goes on.
Driver's starting to make some moves to the front. No surprise he's being patient. It's Kevin Harvick in the 41. Didn't have a great qualifying effort earlier today, 14th, but 11 right now. And a part of that gaggle trying to get the final spot inside the top 10.
You talked about our rookies and our teenagers up in the top 10. How good are they? This is Kevin Harvick. He's a NASCAR champion, and he's back there in the 11th spot trying to deal with these guys. They're really talented.
So riding here with Kevin Harvick, this is a great view from what it's like in the driver's seat. You're on the roof cam here. You can see the cars lined up. And one of the first things I notice is everybody is competing to get as low as possible. You see the 6 car maybe a little bit higher, 2 in front of them, but they're trying to get as low as they can, get as much air on the nose and the sides of the car so they can corner with the most amount of speed to try and run the fastest lap time and make a pass. And as you look at turn 3, I hear Kevin lifting quite a bit. A little bit surprised by it. You see his throttle trace up here on the top right. That's really important at a track like this. The more you can stay on the throttle, obviously the faster you can be. But probably even more important than that is trying to stay off the brakes. If you're going to run fast here, you've got to stay off the brakes, which sounds simple, but when that car gets a little sideways, Michael, you want to run the brake pedal.
And how much is the wind that Matt talked about down on pit road blowing? How much of that is that affecting these cars on the track?
Well, the entry to turn 3 with the tailwind is what they have going into that corner. That makes the car very unsettled, very nervous. You can see the car twitching back and forth as we're riding with them and then going over these bumps. And then the opposite in turn 1, it makes you feel like Superman entering the corner. Gives you a little extra grip.
I mentioned Tyler Reddick doing a nice job early. 6 right now, the rookie from California. Right behind him, Daniel Suarez. There's your race leader. Eric Jones took the top spot away from Joey Logano at lap 20. He's led the 11 laps since. We're going side by side on Fox. Ten laps to go. Stage 1 here at Texas. Eric Jones, Ryan Blaney, Joey Logano, William Byron, Ryan Reed, the top 5. 3 of those driving Fords. So with that, we get our Ford Performance Track facts. Mark Martin won the inaugural Xfinity race back here in 1997. And Ford leads all manufacturers with 11 victories here in 32 races. Mark Martin driving for the Cat in the Hat, Jack Roush, in 1997. They swept the weekend. Mark won on Saturday. Jeff Burton won on Sunday in the 99.
And I think we all crashed going into turn 1 on the start.
I wasn't going to tell that part.
I would not be surprised if we see that tomorrow, so that's why you definitely want to tune in tomorrow's race.
I got to tell you, the racing early on has been spectacular. For a repaved, reconfigured track, this has been entertaining, and someone doing a great job. We said Tyler Reddick. I thought he was going to give up the 6th position. Suarez can't get by. He's doing a real nice job of hugging the bottom lane.
Yeah, I think Daniel's just a little bit faster. Just hasn't quite found the right move to get by him to get in the 6th place, but we're looking at it a little bit. Ryan Reed here is about 2 or 3 tenths off of our leaders, and we think he might be holding up this chain here. We'll see how this unfolds as we get to the end of the stage. These guys are going to get anxious, try to get as many points as possible.
You see Reed there in the red 16 and the car stringing along behind him. There's a big gap to the car in front of Reed, which is William Byron, who's driven away from these guys. That generally means people will eventually get impatient and try to get up closer to you and get you loose and possibly spin you up out of the groove.
Big opportunity here for William Byron with 7 laps to go in stage 1. Currently riding 4th. Comes into this weekend's race 2nd in the championship. 3rd when you talk about stage 1 and stage 2 points. And he can really gain some ground here because Elliott Sadler back in 14th. And right now not going to have an opportunity to pick up points at the end of stage 1. And perhaps more importantly than the fact that he's got an opportunity to gain some points here at the end of stage 1, the outstanding job that he's done maintaining his composure, some tight racing early, but the rookie adapting like he always does.
Well, you remember he got pushed up on the outside lane on our first restart of the day, lost some spots, but was able to hang in there and grab those spots back. Here's that battle with Ryan Reed in the red car, lapping Joey Gase in the 52 there to the inside. That's what the drivers all want. Make sure you put the lappers outside. Put them out
inside. Give it the inside, guys. Tyler Reddick getting a little bit up the track there. That's going to give an opportunity here for Daniel Suarez.
Looked like Reddick might got a little bit loose down there.
He's going to try to fall in line. Let's see if, oh, Bubba's not going to let him.
Suarez goes by, so does Darrell Wallace Jr. So the 42 of Reddick goes from 6th to 8th on that exchange. 4 laps to go in stage 1.
I'm impressed with this red 16 of Reed. He's been able to hold off some really good cars. In the back of that pack in the 41 is Kevin Harvick. Harvick's not able to make any moves. Reed's doing a great job. Here's a view from Harvick's roof cam.
And BJ McLeod here in the 78, they're going by him on the outside. That's not what you want. All these drivers are a little bit angry right now with BJ.
And you can see there comes Brandon Jones trying to pick his way carefully around the high side of McLeod.
Kevin Harvick started 14th, fell back 10th as we close on the end of our opening stage, Chris.
And Adam, talking to Kevin Harvick before the race, he said, I think we've got a really good car today. We just need to be patient. And listening to him on the radio, he said, where I need help is the front end just not turning as much as he'd like on entry and through the center of the corner. And he also told the team, even though he's running behind all these cars, he doesn't think the traffic is affecting the turn that much.
You know, it's interesting. You look at the stat line for a lot of guys when you come to a track, you do your prep work. Harvick had won here 5 times, the most of any drivers competing this weekend. And after I wrote that stat down, I said, well, it doesn't really matter because this is a completely different place.
Remember what Elliott Sadler said? I got to unlearn what I've known for 20 years. What's that got to feel like?
Throw that knowledge away. 1 lap to go in our first stage at Texas. What do you see, Larry McReynolds?
Well, we know we have a caution coming at the end of this stage. And looking at the race pace, I think these drivers and teams want to go with 4 fresh tires. But I would not be a bit surprised to see drivers that's not been able to move up through the field roll the dice and do 2. Again, the theme, track position is king.
Okay, Brad, I'm going to put 2 on you. You okay with that, driver?
No, I'm not. No, I think I would like to have 4 tires, Michael.
The green and white checkered flag is out. Stage 1 is complete. Eric Jones wins it. Ryan Blaney is 2nd. Joey Logano is 3rd. Best regular, series regular, William Byron 4th. Ryan Reed in that same category, also in the top 5 and 5th. Daniel Suarez, nice early drive, is 6th. Darrell Wallace Jr., Tyler Reddick, Austin Dillon, and Kevin Harvick complete the top 10. We're stepping aside. More from Texas after a break on Fox. been a fun Saturday afternoon in Fort Worth, Texas. NASCAR Xfinity Series teams coming to Texas Motor Speedway for the 33rd time. Started making visits to this 1.5 miles back in 1997. Stage 1 complete. Eric Jones wins it. Ryan Blaney second. Joey Logano third. William Byron fourth. Ryan Reed fifth. And now the question becomes, what games do you play on the pit lane? Do you get 4, go conservative, or do you get aggressive, try and gain some track position? This is going to be a fun session when they come down pit road. Rest of the top 10, Daniel Suarez, Darrell Wallace Jr., Tyler Reddick, Austin Dillon, and Kevin Harvick, who went from 14th to 10th in the first 45 laps. They're heading your way, Jamie.
Ryan Reed running top 5 the beginning of this race, doing a nice job, saying he's just loose. And a lot of teams talking about track position. It's all about that. So 2 tires will be a popular call. He said they're going to do half the adjustment they normally would do at Texas because it's so different. So you see the wrench go in the rear window. They'll do, let's see, right sides. They'll see if they stick with the 2 tire. Chris?
William Byron already down and away, just 2 tires on that stop. Overall, happy with his race car. Just saying it's a little bit too loose early on. Matt?
4-tire change for the top 3 cars when they hit pit road. Jones's car was a little tight and free. They made a track bar adjustment to improve that. The 12 of Logano, his entry was good, a little tight. And then Blaney, they made 2 adjustments to try to fix his Ford.
I love this. The first few guys off pit road took only 2 tires. The fastest cars that came off behind them got 4. It's going to be fun when that green flag goes back in the air here, I think.
What about crew chief Larry McReynolds? He said, I want to put 2 tires, gain some track position. The driver said, no, don't do that to me. Well, that's what we've done to William Byron.
It sounds to me like the young guys listened to their crew chiefs and the veterans said, no, give me 4.
Well, let's check in with one of the young guys who actually won this stage, Eric Jones. How about it, Eric Jones? This is Brad Keselowski up in the Fox NASCAR booth. Have you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Congratulations on winning stage 1. It was really impressive to see the start. You fell all the way back outside the top 5 and then slowly climbed and picked your way back up to the lead to win this stage. For the fans at home, can you explain how much patience it takes to do that?
Well, especially at a repave, it takes a lot of patience. You know, it's one thing when you got a fast car at an old worn-out track where you can make a lot of moves and go a lot of different lanes, but when you come here, it's really one groove, and you got to take your time and pick them off one at a time. But we got a really fast car, and that always, I think, adds a little patience to you right away.
Well, great work. Congratulations on winning stage 1. Good luck to you the rest of the race.
10-4, thank you.
We'll get the restart when we return. Youth versus experience. 2 tires versus 4. Inside lane versus outside lane. How does it all play out? We'll find out next.
We are getting ready to start stage 2 here at Texas, and a handful of drivers looking to get their first win. It's a track that some people have done it before. Dale Earnhardt did it. Kurt Busch also did it in 2006. Trevor Bayne in 2011. Chase Elliott, he did it in 2014. The list goes on and on. Eric Jones, who won stage 1, he did it in 2015. So I wonder, could it be a first-time winner here today? That's a first. That's a guy looking for his first win, Larry Mack. William Byron.
Chase Elliott did it, driving for Junior Motorsports, the 9 car. William Byron, the 9 car for Junior Motorsports. Absolutely comes in here with 2 consecutive top 5 finishes.
Yeah, and Chase Elliott did it in his 6th start for Junior Motorsports as well. And guess what, Larry?
6th start for William Byron.
It is, and that's a good place to be because we've talked about track position being key. So William Byron will lead the field to green when we start stage 2. Let's go down to Chris Neville, who's at the eBay Motors pit box.
Well, Shannon, practice is always busy. When you throw new pavement into the equation, that checklist gets a little bit longer. Yesterday in practice, we saw teams scuffing all of their race tires. What we've got here is a brand new Goodyear tire. You can see the tire coat across. You can see the sticker on it, a nice shine to it. And over here, this is a scuffed tire. This tire has seen the racetrack and has come up to temperature. So why do you want to do that on a repave? Well, repave or new pavement means grip, grip means speed, speed means heat, and heat can mean problems. So teams, by bringing these tires up to temp and letting them cool, doing that multiple times, all that does is add durability to the tire. Adam?
Thank you, Chris. What do you prefer, Brad? What was your game plan?
Both. You know, I think sometimes you have a little advantage with scuffed tires. When you know you've got a long run coming, you need that extra bit of durability. You want to have a set of scuffed tires, but then sometimes you want a little short runs. It seems like the stickers might be just a little bit faster at times.
And Brad, we've talked about how amazing these Goodyear tires are. Running speeds in excess of 200 miles into the corner, and they're just durable and they stick. They get better and better as the run goes. Has there been any concern about blistering? When you have that much grip, that builds the heat like Chris was talking about. Sometimes that can damage the tire. Have you seen any evidence of that?
No, so far the tires have been great that Goodyear's brought this weekend. We haven't seen the super long runs yet, which we'll probably see a little bit here later today. That'll really test the durability of these tires, but so far Goodyear has done an excellent job at bringing a tire at what is one of the most challenging places to bring a tire to, a very fast repaved racetrack.
Kevin Harvick in the 10th position. That's where he was when the caution came out, ending stage 1.
It is widening out ever so slowly, but it's getting better. Got no choice with the side-by-side restarts.
Well, that's what these guys, that's what Brad Keselowski wants to hear for tomorrow. He knows he's going to be put in the position to go side by side on the outside, and we talked about nearly 200 miles an hour.
So a bit of a delay here as we get ready to go back green to start our second stage. It was for Casey Mears. We'll follow up with that in a moment. First, here's the 2 team.
What? Did you want me to stay where I was? I don't know, man. I lost count. There's guys coming out. I'm trying to do my best to count. What happened? One of them cars come out late. You know what I'm saying? I'm counting you P10, and then one of them cars come out there late, and then it's like, are we 10th or 11th, you know? So anyway, good job.
Counting cars, double file restarts, you line up odd, even, and he wanted to be on the bottom lane in odd position, and that's what the spotter's referencing there.
That's a game, it's a tough game to play, isn't it?
Very tough game to play.
All right, so Casey Mears had an issue. He's gone to the garage. It's mechanical. He can return if they get it fixed up, and we'll get the restart when we come back. NASCAR Xfinity Series Racing is sponsored by Cialis and by the all-new KFC Georgia Gold Honey Mustard Barbecue Chicken. It's finger-licking gold. Won't be long before we get the restart, beginning stage 2. Ryan Reed running in the 2nd position, and we had a chance to visit with Reed, driver of the Lilly Diabetes Ford, as he talks about his fight with type 1 diabetes and the new partnership is Lilly Diabetes is now the official diabetes health partner of NASCAR.
So we've been partnered with Lilly Diabetes for going into our 4th year now, and it's been an unbelievable partnership. They've allowed me to chase a dream that's unbelievable, and I can't thank them enough for their support. But then off the racetrack, we've been able to do so much, going to children's hospitals and schools and all kinds of events all over the country to talk about diabetes and what it's like to live with it, and to see Lilly continue to grow their work within the NASCAR community to spread awareness about the disease. They want to use this initiative to do a lot of good, and I'm just so proud to see their commitment.
Mentioned Ryan Reed, going to restart in the 2nd position when we begin stage 2. William Byron, the leader. Others up front, Suarez, Custer, and Blaney.
Red flag is out here at Texas Motor Speedway, but coming up later at 4 Eastern, the Long Beach Grand Prix. It's on Fox. 4 different classes of the world's fastest sports cars, battling for track position and points on the iconic streets of Long Beach, California. Be sure to watch the WeatherTech Sports Championship today at 4 Eastern on Fox. And we mentioned how we are under a red flag here. We just had pit stops at the end of stage 1. And in those pit stops, Larry, I'm going to give you a little bit of credit, because what did some guys do?
Well, the top four changed just right side tires. Again, fighting for that track position. Elliott Sadler, he took rights only. Matt Tifft as well. So there are 6 drivers in the top 12 or 13 that went with just right side tires, trying to keep that track position.
And the first driver with 4 tires is Eric Jones, who we know has a fast car.
Well, like my 2 drivers in the booth, everybody wanted 4 fresh tires, but I just think to put yourself back in the field with 4 fresh tires, I think it was like risk versus reward right there.
Okay, so Ryan Blaney, he is 22. He starts 5th. Eric Jones, Joey Logano, all of those guys have 4 tires. And when you talk about Joey Logano, let's take a look at the guy calling the shots for Logano here today on top of the pit box, and that would be Brian Wilson, crew chief, one of the nicest guys in the NASCAR garage.
Well, and he has won a number of races with that 12 car with Joey Logano. And, you know, doing it on a part-time basis, that is tough. It's like you're here, you're not here. Let me add, he also set in for Paul Wolf and Brad Keselowski back at Auto Club Speedway and almost won that race, finished 2nd after overcoming a lot of adversity.
Yeah, consistency is key, and when you say kind of coming in and coming out, so it's awesome that he's doing so well, and he is down there with Matt Yoakum.
And the end game for the 12 is the trophy, and Brian Wilson, gamble, no gamble, they're going for 4, the track position being so key here.
It was more just trying to learn there, Matt. It's a brand new track, brand new tire. I wanted to see what the left side wear was, and now obviously we're going to pay attention to those 4 cars that did 2 tires, see if we can do that later on in the race.
Adam?
Okay, thank you, Matt. Brian Wilson doing an outstanding job. Won last time out in Las Vegas with Joey Logano. Larry mentioned the fact you guys nearly won in California. Smart guy up on that pit box.
And you're seeing that in NASCAR right now. So if you're an engineer at home and you want to, or you're studying to be an engineer, this is what you're finding is engineers are making their way up to be crew chiefs because it's such a technical position. There's so many different things you need to know about the race car, the strategy, and you have to make all these calls with all these math equations and all this science that as a driver, I don't understand, but I'm glad to have someone who does with Brian Wilson behind the...
My daughter Macy is an engineering student at the University of Michigan. So she's doing just that study. Maybe she'll be on the box one day. What do you think about that call? Not only does he want to see what 2 tires does on his car, he wants to see how they compare to the guys that took 4.
Well, it's still pretty early in the race. And although I know he wants to win stage 2, he wants to win the race. And winning the race means he's got to leave his options open for the pit stop at the end of stage 2. Those guys that have taken 2 tires right now, they don't have quite as many options when they get to the end of stage 2. They're probably going to have to put 4 tires on just to make sure. But it's a great position to be in if you're one of the guys with 4 tires where you can really just let somebody else put the risk out there. You've got a fast car. You're probably going to pass them anyway.
Keep an eye on Kevin Harvick. Steady climb to the front, restarting 10th here.
Any cooler in there today?
Negative.
Just so you know, it's nice and comfortable up here on the pit boxes.
I appreciate that. I'd still rather be hot and sweaty. It's a beautiful day outside.
Yeah, 10-4.
And I know we didn't get into it full on earlier, but the reason we had the delay here, there was a problem for Casey Mears. He's in the garage now with Jamie. What's the story there?
Well, they originally thought it was going to be a quick fix and you'd get back out, but you just said your day is over. What exactly happened?
I don't know exactly what happened, but it blew the bottom end of the gear out, and I think when it did, it bent the flange on the housing. So we were just concerned that if we went back out there that it would still continue to leak. We wanted to go back and just continue to learn and get some laps. You know, it's the second race with this team and all, and appreciate Geico Military being a part of the deal. Honestly, I had a lot faster car than I thought I was going to. We struggled in practice and didn't qualify real well, but we're running, you know, I think top 6th, 8th lap times, and we're able to kind of come through the field. So I'm having fun, you know. I mean, it's unfortunate we didn't get to finish, but we also don't want to cause any more issues.
All right, Casey Mears will be back in at Richmond, guys.
Here's the reset as we go green. William Byron, the race leader. Ryan Reed, Daniel Suarez, Cole Custer, the top 4. They're all on 2 tires. What's Byron thinking?
You good up there? Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. All right. Don't overthink it. Just protect that bottom. That 18's in your mirror.
And we're going to ride with him on the restart. You can hear the launch 2nd gear. Gosh, I love that sound of the race car. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, H-pattern transmission for shifting all the way through the gears. He's going to grab 4th, entering turn 1 here, and clear for the lead. Good job, William.
Uh-oh, he got loose off turn 2. You can see to the inside. There comes Suarez. There comes Blaney.
Blaney, first guy on 4 tires, gets the race lead from Daniel Suarez in the 18, and the 12 car up to third. He too got 4 tires on that last stop. And look at Suarez come right back by. That's nice.
Wow. And Eric Jones, who won the first stage, restarted in the high lane. He is all the way back to the field. He's fallen to 12th. That shows you the importance of restarting on the bottom lane.
And William Byron's still stuck on the top side. You can see the 42 of Tyler Reddick go by. And there goes Ryan Reed in the 16.
I'm just thinking so much about the importance of momentum. And once you lose it here, you're going in the wrong direction.
Well, not only that, but the track has now sat for about 10 to 15 minutes with the red flag and the end of the stage. There's oil all over the track from gear oil. And gear oil is the worst oil to have on the racetrack, makes it very slick. These guys already had their hands full. The last thing they needed was oil on the racetrack.
Byron first to 6th on the restart, Chris.
Yeah, boy, he's not going in the right direction. That was the problem he had after our first restart. He said the car just way too loose.
Into the wall for the 18.
Right side, boss. 10, 4, 12's right with you.
Trying to reel it in is Suarez. Blaney is by. Logano in line. Here's what happened off of turn 2.
All right, how tough is this racetrack? The leader just ran into the wall, just lost grip on the exit. You think he was pushing off there?
He was definitely sliding, and what happened is he hit it with the tail first and then into the right front. That's the type of damage in these cars that will get you in a lot of trouble later in the race.
Similar to what we saw in practice yesterday, Matt, but he settled in 2nd here.
You could hear the intensity in his voice asking his spotter, Chris Osborne, if that right side was too damaged, possibly needing to pit. Crazy looked at it when he came back by, said it is flat, but no rubs.
And Matt, we talk about problems on the restart.
Oh, this isn't going to end good.
Hold your line. Hold your brake right here. Hold your brake.
Oh, nice job by the field missing him. Wow, this track is slick, and when you have a car spinning in front of you, you do not have a lot of options. Very good job by the entire field missing him.
Yeah, and great job by Suarez to get that thing pointed in the right direction. When it's heading in the right direction, it's easier to miss, and he kept it going. And you can just see the importance of aero there. He already damaged his car. He was down on aerodynamics. When the other car drove up behind him, just got him loose, and around he went. That was a great shot by our Fox cameras. Check this out. Logano's like smelling a fish in the water that's bleeding. He just knows that things are going bad for him. He said, I'm going to jump in there and get that spot. And he did just that.
He knows Daniel's got 2 tires, Larry. That's why I wanted 4 tires.
Is that a subliminal message to Paul Wolf right
Yes. I hope he's got the audio turned on and was watching that part.
Look how close the car trailing the 18 was. Logano in the 12 just got loose and around he went. What an awesome job to spin around like that, run 150 miles an hour and regain control before you hit the wall.
Michael in at 26, first car 1 lap down, he gets the free pass. So we'll have 26 cars on the lead lap. 17 of 45 complete in stage 2. Ryan Blaney, the race leader. Joey Logano is 2nd. Ryan Reed is 3rd. Top 3 are Fords. Then a run of Chevrolets. Tyler Reddick, William Byron, who went from 1st to 6th on the restart. He's now 5th. Austin Dillon is 6th. Eric Jones went from 6th to 11th. He's now 7th in the running order as we see one more time what has brought out our 3rd caution of the day.
First a little bit of a bobble and then a spin. And watch this field come by. Remember, these guys are running 150 miles an hour when they all make their way around the 18.
And you were blind coming off of turn 2. Heads up job by the guys on the spotter stand as well. We're back after a break.
walk on the restart.
We're about to go green once again, and Brad, you telling us during the break, staying green is going to be the key here.
It's critical. They have to get under green and stay green. This track is freshly repaved, and everything, all the oils that make up a brand new asphalt surface are coming to the top. And the only way to get rid of them is to get a green flag speed, fast laps to wear through it. And with all these yellows, the track is just getting slicker, and we're going to see even more issues unless we can stay green on this restart.
25 laps to go as we get the green flag. Ryan Blaney chooses the outside lane. A little teamwork there. Logano said, I'll let you slide down in front of me.
Oh, that's what you got to love, teammates.
Oh, but look at what it's doing to Logano. Good. Got loose underneath Tyler Reddick and slid up the hill and opened the door for the 16 car of Ryan Reed. He's going to take second. Here comes William Byron storming up the bottom.
Well, darn, that didn't work. There. 3 wide. Oh, my gosh. Oh, we got one spinning. 3 and 4. 6 car. Big wreck.
Some good cars involved. Teammates. 48 of Brennan Poole. 42 of Tyler Reddick.
Suarez gotten somebody. Whole bunch of cars in this wreck. This is the problem with yellows. The track just keeps getting slicker, and you can't hold on to the race cars like this.
And you know, you put them side by side when the track's at its worst, and you're trying to gain every spot you can get. Bubba went for a long slide. I don't think he got any damage to that 6 car, Adam. I didn't see any hard contact. He might have gotten through this without any problems.
We talked about anxiety levels at the start of the race, Adam. Now we're seeing them come to fruition. The track is very slick. It's out of control, and it's just getting worse for these guys.
And it appears the worst of the damage went to the 48 of Brennan Poole.
Now, Bubba needs to be careful. I talked no damage in the spin, but the tires slid a long way. He really hauled the mail down the front. One of those tires blows out, he could tear his car all to pieces.
All these cars will go on that 5-minute crash clock. You got 5 minutes to get the repairs done, get back on track, and get up to minimum speed. And once you do that, you clear the crash clock.
This 48 car is done, Adam. He had too much right front suspension damage. Let's see what happens on the restart. First of all, the choreographed start, it didn't work out very well for Joey Logano. Goes down in the corner on the inside of Reddick. They make a little contact. They're loose. Opens the door for Ryan Reed, the 16. William Byron in the 9. But you saw how iffy it was getting through turn 1 there, Brad.
And then 3 wide down the backstretch. Elliott Sadler wisely keeps it 3 instead of 4 when he could have made it 4. And in the middle comes Bubba Wallace. The track's just too slick. It won't hold the grip. He spins here in front of the field. Lots of contact, all pretty light. A lot of guys very fortunate.
Kevin Harvick, Brandon Jones, Brendan Gaughan, all right there. Could have gotten damage. Watch the 23 of Spencer Gallagher and our points leader, Elliott Sadler, right there as well.
There was a little bit of contact here with Tyler Reddick and Darrell Wallace, which might have caused some of the issues there. But still, the track was very slick, and Bubba entered the corner with a lot of speed. It would have been hard to hold on to it either way.
Look at Allgaier go sliding by. Reddick with hard contact. I think that 48 car is done. It did look like that Reddick clipped Bubba Wallace right there and sent Bubba sliding.
Poole just went to the garage, and under NASCAR's new rules, if you're involved in a crash and you go to the garage, your day is done. So he is out for the afternoon. As you suspected, Michael, saw Justin Allgaier sliding down to the apron of the racetrack. Not sure how much damage he got.
Watch Harvick here.
Kevin knows this isn't going to work. You hear him lifting early. He knows this is trouble.
616, easy, low. Keep coming outside.
I think Kevin's all right. I don't believe there's enough damage to that 41 car to maybe even cause him to come to pit road.
Yeah, I saw Daniel Suarez in the back. He had the damage from earlier. He made hard contact with somebody from behind as well.
A little bit of damage to the left rear of Harvick's 41 car, but I think he's going to be okay.
Under caution for the 4th time today. 23 laps to go in stage 2. A number of cars getting damage here in Texas. NASCAR Xfinity Series Racing is sponsored by Credit One Bank, the official credit card of NASCAR. 20 laps to go, stage 2 for the NASCAR Xfinity Series here at Texas Motor Speedway. About time for the restart. Let's go down to the eBay Motors pit box. Jamie?
Well, Adam, we've been talking about it all day. So many unknowns. Matt Pusha, of course, a crew chief on the Cup side for tomorrow's race, out here walking around. I've seen some other crew chiefs as well. Matt, what are you learning and gaining from walking during this race?
The biggest thing is what some of these guys are doing for strategy. It's good to have some teammates over here on the Xfinity side and being able to see what the 6 and the 16 are doing. See a lot of guys are doing 2 tires here, trying to get some track position. Judging from what I've seen so far this weekend, it's going to be really difficult to pass, and it's going to be a lot of single group racing, but it's going to be crucial to be able to capitalize on some track position, some strategy. So I think it's working for some of these guys right now, and I think we can learn a lot from what they're doing to apply for tomorrow.
Thanks so much for your time. We'll see you tomorrow. Adam?
Matt Pusha, longtime crew chief, spent a great number of years with the Roush Fenway organization, Truck, Xfinity, Monster Energy, NASCAR Cup Series, working with Trevor Bayne tomorrow. And if you're watching and the motor coach, Jack Roush, give that guy a little bonus, huh? Working hard on a Saturday.
Crew chief's work is never done. Just ask Larry McReynolds. Those guys are all over the place getting every data point they can possibly gather to see if they can be better at their job.
Saw the guys involved in the crash. Mentioned Brennan Poole's gone to the garage. He is done. The others went on the crash clock, appeared to have everything repaired. They have to get up to minimum speed here once we get the green flag. And when we do, there will be 19 laps remaining. It's our second stage. Couple of Fords out front. Ryan Blaney with the 16 of Ryan Reed.
Ryan Reed's going to stay really close here to Blaney. And Williams going to take a look on the inside, but not quite there.
Byron not messing around in the 9 car. Can he slide inside a Reed off of turn 2? It appears he can.
What a great job by Ryan Reed. That's 2 restarts in a row. He started on the outside, and he's held his ground.
I thought he was going to get there, William Byron. Didn't make it happen. You said it. Great job by Ryan Reed.
And look at the speed that Eric Jones, just off of turn 4, look at the speed he has on the outside.
Oh, I'm really curious to see how this is going to work. 1 and 2 side by side. Both these guys are fast cars.
Jones in that 18. Oh, wow, he's getting squeezed up in the 20 car on the outside. And that's going to make room for Tift on the 19 on the bottom. They're going all over the place, Adam.
That's his rookie teammate, Matt Tift.
But Joey drove it in there.
Top 10 of the year.
Joey drove it in there and said, no, 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 no.
Look at Eric Jones in the 20. He's now looking inside his teammate.
By the way, all those cars that went on the crash clock after that crash, our 4th caution of the day, they have cleared and will continue on.
Wow, that's some great racing on this restart.
And this restart, like I said before, Michael, is really key. Now that they finally got to a rhythm, the field is running here at some pace. They're going to get the track, the condition back in to where it has some grip and won't be quite so treacherous for the next 17 laps to the end of the stage, if we can stay at green flag.
Pair of rookies here. Talked about Matt Tift in the 19 for Joe Gibbs Racing. How about the kid from Stewart Haas? Cole Custer in the 00. Another rookie, Spencer Gallagher in the 23 for GMS, all going by for position. And that's Ty Dillon in the 3. Haven't heard much from him today, but starting to make some moves.
And look at Kevin Harvick. He was on pit road for some damage repair. Got that car squared away. He's starting to march back up through the field. Now into the 17th position.
Like a little bit of contact here between the 4 and the 18, trying to get through some of the slower traffic.
Wow. Talking about defense, that's playing some serious defense off turn 2.
And give some credit to Ross Chastain. They've had a pretty good car this weekend for JD Motorsports. Was in the top 15 when the caution came out there. So he's done a real nice job here this afternoon in tough conditions. Speaking of guys doing a nice job, Blake Cook, 12th, that 11 car. Very strong. Ryan Sieg, 13th. Some of the underdogs having a good run today. Here's William Byron back to 2nd. Nice move inside of Ryan Reed.
Rhythm, 3 back.
Ryan Reed's going to drop a couple of spots. You can see up the hill there. He drops it to the bottom. Luckily, there was a gap behind the orange 20 car that passed him, but he's going to have company again here soon. Here comes the 2 of Austin Dillon. There's nowhere to hide here, Adam. You slip up a little bit, there's going to be someone to your inside.
I think I heard the word there, rhythm. That's an easy reminder for a driver, huh? A good reminder for a driver.
Really important right now when you have a very treacherous racetrack to not miss your marks. If you miss your marks, the penalty is at its highest of any racetrack when you have a very slick, narrow groove.
And you talk about turn 1 and 2. It's really a rhythm turn now with all the speed you carry down in there. You get in too deep at all, you'll miss the whole turn.
Eric Jones just trying to peek his nose out there. Let Joey know, hey, I'm a little bit faster. I'm going to get right up on your bumper and put a little bit of pressure on you, or you can let me go. You decide.
Because I'm going to be here a while,
yes.
One way or the other.
I'm guessing both these
You guys are coming up on the 21.
These two filing some knowledge for tomorrow.
Outside.
Big time
You're
knowledge.
clear.
Huge advantage to be running this race today as a double header for these Monster Energy Cup Series drivers.
Heard the spotter say you're coming up on the 21. Daniel Hemrick, the rookie for Richard Childress Racing, brought out our first caution of the day. He's 37th, 17 laps down.
I think he wished the crash clock was a little more specific about returning to the racetrack, because he's just struggling to stay out of folks' way up on the high side.
Those are not fun days, Michael.
At all. I experienced too many of those in my day. Ryan Reed still riding in the top 5. He's finally settled, but it looks like Dylan's faster. Reed's dropping back. You can see there just a really strong move off turn 2 for Dylan. There's Elliott Sadler in the blue 1 car. Remember, he had fallen back all the way outside the top 15 when he got caught on the outside of restart, made his way back up inside the top 10.
They took 2 tires, I believe, under the caution. Heard Elliott there talking about the condition of his race car.
When we last checked in with Daniel Suarez, he hit the wall, went for a spin, and now he's recovered to the 14th position, just ahead of our buddy Kevin Harvick. Harvick to the inside. He's going to take that spot away.
It's been a real interesting day for Kevin Harvick, and surprisingly, when you think of the strength of the Fords this weekend, he has not been someone that's been a part of the conversation up front. Right around that 10th position most of the day, and had his fair share of problems when you consider the crash they were involved in. Had to come down, fix the damage.
And you know, this is a new team, Adam. Just started this year with Stewart Haas Racing getting their first shot at an Xfinity Series team. And, you know, I thought they fired out the gate really strong in Atlanta, led a lot of laps, won some stages. And from there, they've kind of leveled off. I'm sure that's something that will progress as the team gets more races on their belt. Oh, we got spin.
Caution. 5th one of the day for the 0 of Garrett Smithley. Top 10 run for him to start the season at Daytona. Not a ton to celebrate since then, and was hoping for better things here today at Texas.
He was riding along in the 31st position. Had his 0 car get away from him exiting turn 2.
Once again, we see he gets a little bit faster car behind him, takes the air off him, gets a little loose, then gets out of the groove, and there is no saving that car.
Racing alongside Joey Gase there. I think it's tough up in front. They were battling for 31st.
Now, hey, let's go big picture here. There's not going to be a lot of laps left when we get this all cleaned up and go back green prior to the end of stage 2. And I'm thinking about the drivers in the top 10 here that have a chance to score some points. And William Byron, who will restart 2nd. If he could somehow find a way to win this stage, he'd get himself a playoff point, Larry McReynolds.
Yeah, but what I'm looking at is the big picture, and that's winning this race. And when I look at drivers like Allgaier, Harvick, Suarez, Bubba Wallace Jr., that's well outside the top 10, I'm going to come now, get fuel and tires, and then I'm going to stay out at the end of stage 2 and get that track position. Yeah, it's about winning stage 2, but now we start looking at the big picture. How do I win this race?
And if you do that, Larry, you come here under this caution, stay out, and the caution will get at the end of stage 2, you would still be able to do this thing on one more stop, correct?
Everybody would have to make one more stop, whether you stop now or whether you stop at the end of stage 2.
And that's why the Xfinity Series is so interesting. You have some guys out there that don't care about winning a stage. They want to win the race, and they're going to take a gamble to do that. These Xfinity Series regular drivers, they're all about winning a stage point here, and we're seeing that mix up here. Look who's staying out and look who's pitting.
all the series regulars are staying out. This is going to be a dogfight for some playoff points when we end this stage. Austin Dillon pitting. Darrell Wallace Jr. doing the same. Matt Tifft is there, and Kevin Harvick coming down pit road. Chris?
Yeah, Kevin Harvick not worried about the results here in stage one. He wants the win for the day, so the team coming back in. They had those issues after contact just a few laps back, had to fix the car, but right now Kevin Harvick saying car pretty good. Matt?
And reversing an adjustment they made on the 12 of Logano earlier. 4 tires for the 12. Great stops all around.
Going to be just a few laps to go when the green flag returns. You see the race off pit road. Some of those guys taking only a couple of tires when they made their pit stop. Meanwhile, Brennan Poole, who was involved in that accident, bringing out our 4th caution of the day. He's done. Going to finish 37th, Jamie.
And he's coming off 2 top 10s in a row, so definitely a tough break. What's it been like for you out there?
Yeah, you know, it was a little challenging, but you know, we just have to do a better job. So we got to have a little bit faster race cars and put ourselves in a little bit better position for Chip and for DC Solar. So you know, it was just a situation there with the crash where I was stuck. I had guys on the inside and the outside, and just got caught up in the crash. So it's part of it. But you know, Texas done a great job repaving the track. It was a lot of fun for the time I got to spend out there. But I just want to thank DC Solar, XFINITY, Ineos, Parker Store, everybody that's involved in making this race team go around. We just got to do a better job.
Thanks, Brennan. And Adam, he said it's a little bit tougher, more difficult today than he actually imagined.
Yeah, and you know he wanted to do a good job, Jamie, racing at his home track, if you will, a native of the Woodlands, Texas, and fresh off back-to-back top 10 finishes, first 2 top 10s of the year.
This is as good as it gets for stage racing. We got the Xfinity regulars. They've all stayed out. They're wanting to win the stage and grab some regular season points and some playoff, possibly a playoff point.
3 laps to go when we go green. William Byron going to be the race leader on that inside lane.
We'll get these points on the segment, and then we're going to get a little medicine at the end of it, but we'll get back up there at the end. They really did a good job with the segment racing. Makes it exciting. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, yes, I'm excited. I love how it mixes up the field. We've seen dominant drivers like Ryan Blaney, Eric Jones up toward the front the whole day long. Now we've got some Xfinity Series regulars that are looking for a little bit of love here.
As we get the restart, we remind you, aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. Everything they learn, making tires for the grueling demands of NASCAR, inspires what rolls into yours. Goodyear, the official tire of NASCAR.
This is exciting to watch, guys, because what you're going to have here is the middle part of the field. They still want to get to the front. And the track right now is going to get a little bit slicker again. We've got what's going to be at least 2 cautions in a row. It's going to be, again, very treacherous with guys with new tires, guys with no tires. Whew, I'm anxious.
Blaney pitted will restart at 11th. Up front, William Byron, Ryan Reed, Elliott Sadler, Justin Allgaier, Blake Cook, Ryan Sieg. The top 10 all-series regulars. A little bit of a shootout here to end stage 2 at Texas.
Who do we talk about as the master of stage racing in the Xfinity Series? The guy that's slipping into the 2nd spot there, Elliott Sadler. Talked about all the points he's gained in stage racing. He's in position to do it again today.
Where did he come from, right? 3 of the top 4 from Junior Motorsports. The other one up there is Ryan Reed, and we're 3 wide on the back straightaway.
This can't end well. If they make it, I'll be amazed, and they did.
2 laps to go to the end of stage 2.
And a precious playoff point is at stake. If you can be the first one back, and you see William Byron holding off teammate Elliott Sadler. Looked like Sadler had a slow 1 and 2. Can Reed close in?
Eric Jones won our opening stage. He came down pit road at lap 85, driving it to the front, up to 7th right now, as there's 1 lap to go in our 2nd stage at Texas. Only 3 series regulars have scored playoff points this year. And Ryan Reed, who won the season opener at Daytona, got 5. Justin Allgaier won at Phoenix. He got 5. And Elliott Sadler won stage 1 and stage 2 at Daytona. He's got 2 playoff points. William Byron trying to join him in that category. The rookie from Charlotte off of turn 4, back to the green and white checker. He's a stage 2 winner. 2nd place to Elliott Sadler.
That's what stage racing is all about right there. Putting guys on different agendas, mix up the field, and watch the action.
Third to Ryan Reed, Justin Allgaier fourth. Brandon Jones was fifth. 2 stages in the books here in Fort Worth.
Just come out from under you? Yeah, I don't know, man. I felt like I had a tire going down. Like I went in the corner and turned and just soft on the right rear. Get caught all the way up here. Get caught all the way up. Crash play, guys. Crash play. You good up there? Yeah, I'm good.
Back live at Texas Motor Speedway. Stage 2 is complete. Remember in the preseason when Larry McReynolds got out those points buckets? He had a playoff point bucket and a regular season point bucket.
I was watching that on NASCAR Race Hub.
Right. Monday through Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern time on FS1. A lot of points being scored here. And for the first time since Daytona, a series regular able to win a Stage 1 or Stage 2. William Byron getting it done for the first time. So he gets a playoff point. And you can also give him 10 regular season points. And when you look at the guys that scored points, it was big there at the end of Stage 2. Here they come down pit road, Jamie.
And Ryan Reed brings it in third. Took right sides only on the last stop, saying he's too free, and he's also been working on his entry to try to help the corner speed. They'll make a chassis adjustment here, track bar, a tear off, and maybe right sides only this time. Nope, they'll go for 4. It's an audible, Chris.
Yeah, William Byron took just right sides that last stop. Going to take 4 this stop. Still saying that car is a little bit too loose early in the run. He'd like to see some long runs. Elliott Sadler, his car not loose. It's just way too tight. He wants that front end of that car to grip a little bit better. Matt.
Blake Cook stayed out the previous caution looking for those playoff points. Says the back of the car just comes out of the racetrack a little too free. Just needed to be tighter for the next run.
There's the race off pit road. Now that's not for the race lead, because if you remember, caution came out with 5 laps to go in Stage 2. Number of guys made pit stops, and they will now cycle up to the front of the field. It's Eric Jones, Darrell Wallace Jr., Ryan Blaney, Joey Logano, Kevin Harvick, the top 5. William Byron racing off pit road will restart outside the top 12.
William Byron, it's Michael Waltrip up in the Fox NASCAR booth. Do you copy?
Yeah, man, I've got you.
That was awesome. You won a stage. First time an Xfinity regulars won a stage since the second one in Daytona. And you know what you get rewarded with? Starting in the back of the field. How are you going to deal with that?
I mean, it's part of the game. I mean, the Cup guys don't have anything to run for with the stages, I guess. So we got to get those points, man. We got to keep Elliott Sadler honest, and right now we're doing that. So team's doing a great job so far. We just got to be patient here and let other guys make mistakes, keep this car in one piece.
We heard your spotter, Earl Barbin, say you're going to get a little medicine here, and I got some news for you. It's bad medicine, buddy, but you can hang in there, drive back to the front. Have a good run.
Thank you, man.
You know, there is some medicine there, but he's going to restart 12th on fresher tires for whatever tires are worth here. It's not a bad thing, and here's what we're talking about, the payoff. He's got a playoff point, 17 points regular season-wise accumulated in stage 1 and 2. Big for the 9. NASCAR Xfinity Series Racing is sponsored by Toyota, Let's Go Places, and by Liberty Mutual Insurance, helping drivers worry less. Kevin Harvick going to restart 5th. Here's how his spotter Tim Fedewa helped him worry less with the Liberty Mutual Insurance spotter
3 wide
coverage.
up front. Keep digging low, keep digging low, low, keep digging, keep digging, keep digging, keep digging outside too. Keep digging low as you can. Keep digging 3 wide here, 2 wide. Keep digging low, right in front of you, stay low. Watch 6, watch 6, watch 6, right, easy, 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 low, low, low. Keep coming outside.
You sure you helped him worry less?
That or he gave him a heart attack, right? No, I think he helped him worry less. And let's go up on the spotter stand. Kevin Clark, our spotter for NASCAR on Fox. I hope he put his sunscreen on today. It's a bright day high above here at Texas Motor Speedway.
And you can really get a lot of respect for what these spotters do with this view, because they're not as close as the camera angle makes it look like they are. That's a long way to see from and to be able to make that call.
And by the way, look who's running second as we come to this restart. That's Bubba Wallace. I know you remember not too long ago him sliding through turns 3 and 4. That's what Kevin Harvick's spotter was talking about. Watch the 6, watch the 6. Well, watch the 6 now. He's on the front row.
Top 11 stayed out. They had pitted at lap 85. The race leader when the caution came out, William Byron, restarts 12th. Here we go once again. Final stage underway here at Texas.
High lane's holding just a little bit stronger here. We're starting to see the track come in a little bit.
Yeah, look at the big run off turn 2 Joey Logano got on the outside of that turn. Great run.
Elliott Sadler with some momentum coming off the corner.
Set these guys up on exit. Clear when you get there.
Spotter Brett Griffin talking to Elliott Sadler. Looks like guys are maybe even trying the outside a little bit there. Brad, I watched Justin Allgaier look up top. I know I'm not impressing you. You're like, no, Mike, I still want the bottom, right?
No,
am I correct?
That's exactly how I feel. Put me down the bottom of the racetrack, please. Eric Jones did a great job on our last restart to make up a lot of positions, and that's what's propelled him here to the lead in this stage.
There's Allgaier I talked about in the red 7. He's just riding around on the top groove.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that, Michael, if I like that.
Look at Elliott Sadler. He likes it. It opened the door for him in that 1 car. He takes that spot away from the 7 of Allgaier.
Allgaier wisely gets back down here and blocks the lane behind him to make sure that he can get to the bottom turn 3.
Not bad for Darrell Wallace Jr. on the restart. Outside lane, but is settled in 3rd. How about his day, Michael? Roller coaster ride, huh?
Well, it's going the wrong way again. He's loose off turn 2.
Not where he wants to be, Jamie. He slid now back outside the top 5.
Well, remember, he didn't pit there. So right after he was involved in that wreck and had some minimal damage, they came in and took 4 tires. Then right before the end of stage 2, he came in and took fuel only. So his car right now, naturally a little bit loose, but a lot of strategy there to get him back up here in the top 5.
Seth Barber, the crew chief, calling the shots for Darrell Wallace Jr.
And what Darrell needs is just a few uneventful laps. Maybe put some good times down, get a bit of a gap from this gaggle of cars that are heating him up from the behind, because if that car is loose, the harder you try, the looser it's going to get. Darrell's just looking for a couple of good laps to space himself.
You know who's been good on this restart? Ryan Reed, William Byron back inside the top 10 after they gave up track position to pit at the end of stage 2. Just past halfway. Let's crank it up from Texas. If you're just joining us on this Saturday afternoon, we're live at Texas Motor Speedway on Fox. NASCAR Xfinity Series racing for the 6th time in 2017. Their 33rd visit here to Texas Motor Speedway. Eric Jones is the race leader. He won our opening stage and has led more laps than anybody today. 41 circuits out front. Stage 2 went to series regular William Byron. The rest of the top 5, Ryan Blaney, Joey Logano, Kevin Harvick, and Austin Dillon. Let's get a report from Chris Neville. Our points leader, Elliott Sadler, finds himself 15th.
Well, Elliott Sadler right now, he's got the bit in his teeth trying to work his way through this traffic. On that last pit stop there, he came to pit lane in 2nd and lost 7 spots. I just checked in with the team, and they said that the jack got soft when they had the left side of the car up in the air. So what should have been a 12-second stop turned out to be a 22-second stop. And Adam, if you remember 2 weeks ago in California, they had pit stop issues there too. At California, it was the front tire changer that was slow on the right side.
So a little bit of an uphill climb for Elliott Sadler, trying to charge back from the 14th spot. That's Dakota Armstrong in front of him. Great job today for JGL in the 28. He's out of Newcastle, Indiana.
Yeah, you saw Elliott Sadler drive around Ryan Sieg, gain that spot. Now he's going to look to the inside of Armstrong, makes that move. Lap car of Garrett Smithley there off turn 4. Sadler will duck to the inside. There's Dakota Armstrong, the Indiana native. Good run for him up inside the top 15.
It's one thing to go to a short track or something you're familiar with and have a good run when you're competing with NASCAR's best. But to do it in this situation, repave, reconfiguration, this is really, really good for Armstrong and the guy behind him, Ryan Sieg in the 39. Quietly inside the top 15.
Holding off Phoenix winner Justin Allgaier. I mean, that's a fast car that both Armstrong and Sieg are able to run ahead of. These are smaller teams without the budget of the top running organizations, but a lot of talent behind the wheel and a lot of heart and determination in the crew. Another guy having a good run is Spencer Gallagher. Gallagher just dropped back to the 12th spot, losing the spot to Ty Dillon in the 23. There is Gallagher. This is by far, Adam, his best run of the year in the Xfinity Series.
Great job for that team last weekend. Camping World Truck Series. Chase Elliott, Johnny Sauter 1-2 for GMS on the short track in Martinsville, Virginia.
We're seeing so many different strategies play out in this race at this point. We saw the end of the stage. Some guys pitted, some guys didn't. The field's jumbled back up. But really the fastest cars are back to the lead. Eric Jones, pretty close. Ryan Blaney only a second or so behind him. I think those two are really close in lap speeds. And the guys that got a little aggressive with the strategy, like Darrell Wallace, kind of falling back to the field. Fuel only. And Larry, you can tell us as much as anyone else, when you put fuel only in the race car, you might make that pit stop just a little bit faster, and you might open up the strategy windows, but boy, they can be a handful.
Well, yeah, I think the biggest thing, Brad, and you know this as a driver, is you're putting all that weight in the back of the race car, which is not a great place to have weight, and that makes the car free or a little bit loose. Plus, you're on a little bit older tires, left side and right side. So, yeah, fuel only can be a bit of a slippery slope, especially as you get on into a run.
Larry, a couple of different schools of thought here on strategy. The guys that came down at lap 85, the guys that waited till the end of stage 2, pitted at lap 93. If this thing stays green, and this track does have a history of it, when would we expect to see them on pit road with what could be their final stops of the day?
Well, when I look at the guys that pitted on that last stop at the end of stage 2, they should be able to go to around lap 150 to 155. But the drivers that actually stayed out, like Eric Jones, Bubba Wallace, Ryan Blaney, Joey Logano, they're probably going to have to come somewhere around lap 142 to 145, but you need to be able to get to that window to be able to go to the end of the race. So again, regardless, there's about 7 or 8 laps difference. Everyone has to make one more stop.
You just hope the old caution flag don't fall between when you stop and the others. It could really mix up the lineup again. And we saw some crazy racing when we put the fast cars in the back. Probably have a chance to see that again with the right circumstances.
I look at the balance of the top 10, top 5 Monster Energy Series regulars. That's not surprising. These guys have got a lot more track time this weekend. Certainly the best drivers when you talk about stock cars in the world. But behind them, Cole Custer 6th. Is a rookie. Ryan Reed 7th, doing an outstanding job. Another rookie in Matt Tifft is 8th. William Byron won stage 2. He's 9th. Another rookie of the year contender, and Darrell Wallace Jr. in 10th after being involved in a stage 2 accident. Some real attaboys should go out to those series regulars who are hanging strong with some of NASCAR's best.
Daniel Suarez has had an eventful day, huh? Finds himself in the 15th position. Eric Jones comfortably ahead of Ryan Blaney. And when I say that, he's got a second. And the last time by, Blaney was a little bit faster than our leader. So could be finding some, as the track conditions continue to change. And when the rubber goes down, that's constantly happening. The track is changing. And that's why the crew chief, the driver, have to be in communication about what kind of adjustments we need to make with the new conditions.
I think these two cars are pretty equal between Ryan Blaney, Eric Jones. If one or the other can get out in front, they seem to kind of grow to about a 1 second lead and hold right there. So it'll be interesting to see in the last sequences how the pit cycles work, Michael, who can get out in front and whether they can have the restarts to hold it off.
Add an incentive for Ryan Blaney and that 22 team. Last time they went to victory lane here, 2015 November. Brad, when you were behind the wheel for the captain.
It was a good day.
That 8 car, Jeff Green, smoked going down into turn 1. I don't guess there's any oil. We haven't seen an issue, but he's off the pace. Looks like he will make it back to pit road and will remain green.
6 cautions today. 6 lead changes among 5 different drivers. Eric Jones leading now, has been out front for 54 laps. Ryan Blaney next in that category has led 25. Joey Logano, William Byron, Daniel Suarez, the others that have led today. Austin Dillon has not been at the front of the field. He's 5th right now and fading a bit, Jamie.
Well, this is actually the highest he's been running, but the problem has been his radio. He can hear the crew, but they cannot hear him. The button is sticking. They seem to think that's the problem. So Justin Alexander, his crew chief, said, okay, wiggle the car if you want us to make an adjustment. Nothing. Wiggle the car if you don't want us to adjust. And he wiggled the car, so no adjustments coming. And when he comes in the next time, they will swap out that radio.
And that team needs a good run. Last 2 races had accidents. When Austin was driving the car late at Phoenix, Paul Menard running good, wrecked in Auto Club Speedway in Southern California 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, you don't want to change a radio out this late in the race, though. That could cost you some time. I imagine the team will just throw one at him, and he'll try to do the best to switch it himself, because you can't afford to give up track position this late in the going. As long as he can hear his spotter, Larry McReynolds, and the team knows they need to work on the car, I don't think I'd take the time to change radios.
Well, we saw what a slow pit stop did for his teammate Elliott Sadler with the jack issue that Chris Neville reported on. So you don't want to do anything to slow a pit stop down. Toss him a radio, and if he can change it out, great.
I'll be impressed if he can do that. It's really difficult. You're wearing gloves and you're in a confined space with the shoulder restraints, the head restraints, to where you can't turn your head. You can barely move your arms to do anything, and that's on purpose to keep the cars as safe as possible, but it makes it really hard to do anything in the car besides drive it, like hook up a radio. So I'd be very impressed if he was able to pull that off.
How about a shout out for the teenager from California running along behind Kevin Harvick and Austin Dillon. Cole Custer in that white 00 car exiting turn 2 there. I mean, this is amazing. When this kid showed up in the Truck Series, he won when he was a 16-year-old, and he's just always shown a lot of talent. A couple of issues over the last couple of weeks, but wow, he's tracking with some Monster Energy Cup driving stars and doing a great job.
One of those issues you talked about with the guy that's right in front of him, Austin Dillon. I don't anticipate payback here, but it's worth noting as we go under 80 laps to go.
You might not anticipate payback, but I'm anticipating he remembers.
I'm sure he does.
I think he might have that on his mind.
And just think how good that can help make that Stewart-Haas team. If Custer's good enough to run right along with the 41 of Kevin Harvick, that means they're getting a lot of information from that kid, and that just helps the team, Chris.
Boy, it does, Michael. And Kevin Harvick right now pretty happy with his race car. He had that contact earlier, so a little bit of damage to the front end of the car, a little bit of damage to the back end of the car, but he said that hasn't affected the handling. That 41 car's essentially just been a little bit tight for most of this race. So each time he's talking to his crew chief about making adjustments, saying, if I want to get to the front, I needed to loosen it up.
Well, and that's the advantage that Harvick and his team have over Austin Dillon, who's having radio issues. You know, he's able to tell him specifically what to do to that car to make it better, and Kevin Harvick knows that could be a big difference.
I didn't think we would have green flag pit stops, fresh repave, a lot of inexperienced stage racing. We could have cars on pit road under green. What an adventure that might be, and it might happen when we come back. 76 to go on Fox. 70 laps to go. NASCAR Xfinity Series live at Texas Motor Speedway on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. I mentioned earlier, Eric Jones has led the most laps today. Next in that category, Ryan Blaney. And Blaney would like to lead once more. Here they are, nose to tail, down the back straightaway. Brad, you said the 20 may be a little tight here, huh?
Yeah, it looks like just the exit of turn 2 as Ryan Blaney takes the lead over. The 20 car was just starting to slide up the racetrack, and Ryan Blaney was not. That's just enough to pass.
He pounced, didn't he? Wow, what a move.
What's the word on Eric Jones, Matt?
Great observation by Brad Keselowski. Eric was telling his team when he goes to pick up the gas and he picks it up too quick, the car really rolls to the tight side. Besides that, though, it rolls the bottom really well. He says that in turns 3 and 4. He's talking more about that into the racetrack than 1 and 2. He says down there, it just feels like the nose doesn't get down on the ground quick enough.
No surprise, Eric Jones good here at Texas. 4 starts, a win, average finish of 2.75. So we got 69 laps to go here. When we're done, it's off to Long Beach, California. A little sports car racing on Fox. Here's a preview with Greg Kramer.
A sellout Southern California crowd is salivating at the prospect of a fabulous race at one of the true marquee events on the international road racing calendar, the legendary Grand Prix of Long Beach. A treacherous concrete-lined circuit has produced an incident-filled weekend already. And the overall poll see brothers Ricky and Jordan Taylor going for a 3rd straight win here at the Roar by the Shore and 3rd straight this season. And it's live next, right here on Fox.
We look forward to that, Greg. So you win at Daytona. You win at Sebring. Wayne Taylor Racing looking to get the hat trick to start 2017. The Taylor brothers behind the wheel of that Cadillac. Coverage follows us from Texas live on Fox.
I think our Jeff Gordon will be paying close attention to that race out in California.
He has a rooting interest.
He does.
That team delivered him a Rolex watch back in February, late January maybe.
That's a cool trophy to add to the list of great accomplishments in American motorsports. The Rolex 24 for sure.
William Byron pitted at lap 93, restarted 12th, worked their way to 8th, and I think our leader when it comes to Rookie of the Year is having quite a solid afternoon, Chris.
He is, Adam. Right now, William Byron just trying to methodically work his way through the field, listening to his spotter, Earl Barbin, help him out and keep him patient behind the wheel. And that was one of the responsibilities that William had when he came over to Junior Motorsports, is he needed to find a new spotter. And he said, just a couple years ago, I'd be sitting in the stands, and I always wanted to listen to Jimmy Johnson and Earl Barbin just because of the way that they communicated. So he said in the offseason, he called Earl up and said, hey, any chance you'd want to work with me this year? And Earl said, heck yeah. The guy I've been working for, he's getting pretty old. I'd love to work with a 19-year-old.
Hey, and you know, he pitted at lap 93, did William Byron. So did Ryan Reed. Reed has been really good since that last restart following stage 2 in the 16.
Yeah, but you could see there, Byron's just able to keep that nose just clean and a little bit of clean air below Reed in the 16 car. Watch that 9. He really is able to attack that white line off turn 2. Reed couldn't run that low, but he makes a great turn there, Adam, and pulls away from Byron.
I look at William here, and I think he's running top 5 lap times, and he's being very, very smart, one at a time, just like Chris said. That's going to really pay off for him.
Look back there out of Brian Reed's Louis Diabetes Ford, and there it is. There's the move. That area of the track where Byron was just better, could stay lower. He takes advantage of it.
Talk about passing zones and what we've learned today. Off of turn 2, get to that left rear corner of a driver, loosen him up and drive by. That seems to be the most common theme, Brad.
You know, even though the track has been reconfigured with less banking in 1 and 2, repaved, and gone through all these different transitions with new tires and everything else, it still remains the same. The exit of turn 2 at Texas is the key spot to make passes and to make lap time, and that's what we're seeing here.
I'm looking at the canopies down here on pit road for the pit boxes, the flags on the big Haas monitor down the back straightaway. The wind has really picked up. We're getting that word from our spotter, Stan. This has got to be a challenge for these guys.
Yeah, you know, this is a treacherous track, really tricky, really treacherous, and we're adding in all these added equations, you could say, with wind, tire strategy, fuel strategy, cars leaking oil, and the narrow racing surface. And these guys are doing a great job this run of managing all that. To stay green flag is really an accomplishment right now.
That battle for the 5th position we're looking at there. You see Harvick in 4th in the green car in the front of the screen there, white and green, and then the red 2 of Austin Dillon, and Custer's just right there lurking.
I'll tell you, Blaney's fast, going inside of Blake Cook, puts the 11 a lap down. There are now just 18 cars on the lead lap. There will be 60 laps to go when that 22 gets back to the start-finish line. And he and a number of others up front, likely within 5 laps of needing to make a scheduled green flag pit stop. And as I say that, it looks like Jones is starting to find some momentum as the run continues. He's trying to go around Blake Cook here.
It's always easier to be the second guy to get through lap traffic, for sure, but I'm a little bit nervous for these guys. I don't know if they were counting on a long green flag stretch. Larry, we are right at the edge of the fuel window, and I'm not sure the guys that pit right now can make it.
Ty Dillon, the first to give up his position on track, Jamie.
And last stop, he took rights only. The cars are starting to tighten up. We're hearing a lot of the drivers say how it's changing at this point in the race. They'll fill them up. 4 tires is the call for Ty Dillon. It's like they took right sides that time only again because the left sides just aren't wearing.
Now, when he last pitted, it was 85. And all those guys up in the top 5 in that same category. William Byron, the first of those drivers that pitted at lap 93. And we look back here, getting off of turn 4 and onto pit road. Not easy.
Ooh, very narrow track, and guys don't have a lot of places to go. Nice job by the field to avoid running into the back of the 3 car.
How difficult, Brad, is it to get to this pit road? We've seen challenges all year long with you guys pushing it as hard as you can to get to pit road.
Well, you got to remember the area that you use to pit is still very slick. It hasn't been ran on a lot, and it's very hard to stop the car. You want to stay on the racetrack as long as possible, but there's cars behind you. You don't want to get wrecked. You got to balance all those things out and try to get to pit road as fast as possible to not give up any more time than you need be.
But at the same time, don't speed, because if you get caught speeding right now at lap 57, not enough time to recover.
Race is probably over for sure, Adam.
I say at lap 57. I'm at 57 to go. That's where we are right now. And we saw Ty Dillon pit. Those other guys that last pitted at lap 85, Larry, they're hanging in there. When should we see them?
Ahead, they can make it to the end. But yeah, drivers like Eric Jones, Ryan Blaney, Joey Logano, Kevin Harvick, I think they have to come. If you look at the Fox box up at the top, I think in the next 2 or 3 laps, they have to be coming to pit road, and they can make it to the end. Where a lot of the drivers that pitted there on that lap 93, like William Byron, Ryan Reed, Elliott Sadler, when you see about 45 to 49 to go, that's when they have to be on pit road.
Here's a scheduled stop for Austin Dillon. Jamie.
And Austin's had those radio issues. He can hear the team. They can't hear him. He waved that he did want a chassis adjustment, a track bar adjustment, a 4-tire stop, starting to tighten up for the 2 of Austin Dillon.
Perhaps a bittersweet day for Roger Penske as an owner. 22 car out front with Ryan Blaney. 12 of Joey Logano, we got a report, may have lost a cylinder. We'll keep an eye on that. Here he comes down pit road, heading toward you, Matt.
A couple laps ago, Adam, he said the car wasn't bad, he just needed track position. And then a lap and a half ago, he told the team, I think we're down a cylinder. Now, Brian Wilson, you can see smoke coming out the right side. He has told his crew members when they raise the hood, use yellow crayons. They're going to go across the headers and see if they can tell which header is not hot, because obviously it wouldn't melt the crayons, so they can see if indeed that's the problem or if it might be another issue on the 12. Great day going south here for Logano.
Looks like their winless streak going to come to an end. One last fall at Watkins Glen, Charlotte Motor Speedway earlier this year at Las Vegas. Not going to happen today. Here's Matt Tiff, Jamie.
Yeah, he's just been saying how tight he is at both ends of the racetrack, trying to find his way around here. You see the track bar adjustment there. It'll be a 4-tire stop for the young Matt Tift.
He's enjoyed a nice afternoon. Here's his teammate Eric Jones running second. He gave up that position to get his service. 53 laps to go. Here he is, Matt.
And Logano's going to the garage. Meanwhile, the 20 of Eric Jones is in. He'll have a clean out and entry. Obviously, they're going to make a track bar adjustment. He wanted a slight adjustment. He didn't want to be too free for this next run. 4 tires going on. Solid stop by Jones. Jamie.
And Justin Allgaier being counted down into his pit box now. He's just been edgy into 3 was the complaint earlier on. They made the car a little bit better as they put 4 tires on for this long run. And the 22 is on pit road, Matt.
And Ryan Blaney brings that 22. Remember, they haven't won in almost 2 years here with this 22 car. A chassis adjustment for Blaney. Left side's going on. Chris?
Kevin Harvick has good track position, but he just didn't have the speed of the 2 cars out front. Still saying the front of that car just not grabbing the racetrack the way he wants. So they're going to try and loosen the 41 up.
Saw the 12 car pull to the garage, as Matt pointed out. There goes Kevin Harvick. His teammate from Stewart-Haas Racing, Cole Custer, going to give up the lead, come to pit road, cycles through. The man out front, Darrell Wallace Jr., and here's William Byron in the 9. Back to Chris Neville.
And William Byron once again having a good run with his car. Just still saying that car just a little bit too tight late in the run, but on those restarts saying, guys, I still am just a little too loose. Also, Cole Custer having a great run here. Most of that last run running in the top 6 behind Kevin Harvick. He's saying his car just a little bit tight down in 1 and 2.
Top 5 cars have not pitted. When it cycles through, it will be Eric Jones back to the race lead. More on that in a moment. First, here's Bubba. Jamie.
It's been a wild day for Bubba. You see 2 big turns. The track bar for the 6th, involved in a wreck earlier. Minor damage, worked his way back up to the front with strategy. A 4-tire stop here. Chris?
Elliott Sadler looking for a good stop here. That last stop, they lost 7 positions, so trying to make it really clean here. He's saying, hey, we've been improving the balance all day long. Right now, the car just a little bit tight down in turn 1, and it looks like they've got a good stop here going for Elliott Sadler.
7th time in the last 8 races at Texas Motor Speedway for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. We've had at least 1 full cycle of green flag pit stops. Eric Jones came 1 lap earlier than Ryan Blaney. Not sure that that would make much of a difference when you talk about the tires here, but the 20 is back in front of the 22 by about a half a second.
Could be traffic, could be the way they got on and off pit road. So many variations or variables that go into gaining that little bit of track position. But Eric Jones obviously did himself well, put his car out in front of the 22 of Blaney. See if we can break it down and see what's different.
Actually looks very close with Ryan just being a touch faster. So yes, you would have to say from this that first lap on the track with newer tires by Eric Jones, he made up a bunch of time, because if you look at the graphic here, Ryan and his pit crew together were actually a little bit better. But remember, Eric pitted a lap before, so he's got a lap on fresher tires while Ryan's out on the track with older tires to make up some time, and that's probably what propelled him to the lead.
The advantage for Blaney prior to the pit stops, about a second. He's now a second and a half behind. 47 laps to go at Texas. We're side by side with Eric Jones in the lead.
Welcome back to Texas. We are closing in on 60 laps of green flag racing, but it hasn't been easy the entire race. Let's take a look at the day so far. Lap 12. Number 21 of Daniel Hemrick running second, spins in turn 2. His day was done. Turn 2 pretty treacherous.
Yeah, he's still out on the racetrack, but 23 laps down.
Eric Jones went on to win stage 1, and he's currently your race leader right now. Then Daniel Suarez would hit the wall.
And then 2 laps later, he spins out, but he's still been fighting to stay on the lead lap.
A lot of guys fighting to stay on the lead lap and out on the track, especially after this one. The 42 of Tyler Reddick made slight contact with the 6 of Bubba Wallace and spun in front of the field, Larry.
Yeah, we had teammates, Tyler Reddick, Brennan Poole, 6 drivers involved in that wreck.
William Byron would go on to win stage 2. He's currently running 8th. As we said, a lot of green flag racing right now. It's been exciting, guys.
It has been an entertaining afternoon. Eric Jones led the most laps. 71 out front, 12 cars on the lead lap after we've had this long green flag run. Completed a cycle of green flag pit stops. Everybody good to go the distance, but should we get a caution, still have tires down there, everyone certainly would have the option to come down the pit lane. Some great stories today. While there are Cup regulars in the top 5 positions, rookie Cole Custer's been outstanding. He's 6th. William Byron won stage 2. He's 8th. And don't look now, but Darrell Wallace Jr. is 7th, 1 spot away from a 6th place finish in our 5th consecutive event.
There you see the 00 of Custer down on the inside of the racetrack. And here comes Bubba Wallace. I think they made good adjustments on that car because he's really picking up the pace. His speeds have been faster than a couple of 3 cars ahead of him. And that's that 6th position that he's staring down there late in the race here.
Eric Jones was able to get around Justin Allgaier in the 7th, so make it 11 cars on the lead lap now. The last of those are championship leader Elliott Sadler.
Now that's a big loss there by Allgaier to lose that lap. Battling for a championship.
Logano done for the day. What's the story there, Jamie?
Yes, he led 19 laps today. We saw you come down pit road, right side, had smoke coming out. What eventually led to you bringing it in and parking it?
Something broke inside the motor there. Just probably dropped the valve or something like that. It seemed like just dropped the cylinder, and kind of unfortunate. The PPG Ford was good on the long run. It wasn't good on the short run. And I wonder if it was braking most of the time. I felt like I was getting beat down the straightaways most of the day. So I wonder if it was braking for a long time and just finally let go. But yeah, I was hoping we had a caution and maybe we'd do something at the end. Those leaders were so far out. They were so fast, and traffic out there is crazy. But, you know, it's no points lost in this car. So it's not the end of the world. Just really wish I could have something to race with.
Thanks, Joey. We'll see you back tomorrow. Adam?
Jamie, this is going to crush his average. 5 starts in the 12 car coming into today for Joey Logano. His worst finish was 3rd. He had won 4 in a row. Going to finish back in the pack today. So Eric Jones leads. Not quite 2 seconds back to Ryan Blaney, who is 2nd. They are the top 2 drivers when you talk about laps led today. 3rd place, Kevin Harvick, a 5-time winner at Texas Motor Speedway. This is as good as that 41 machine has been all day long. Austin Dillon, king of the mile and a half. Anytime we come to one of these venues, he seems to be fast. He's in the 4th position. As you see the numbers here on Kevin Harvick in that Hunt Brothers Pizza Ford.
He's just been steady today and consistent. You talked about Austin Dillon, the king of the mile and a half, always fast on these tracks. He and his brother have been running together since they unloaded yesterday.
Yeah.
Austin running in 4th, back to Ty running in the 5th position. These guys have evenly matched cars, and their talent seems to be matched as well today.
Ty around the lap car, the 39 of Ryan Sieg. Next in line, guy leading the rookie battle today, 00 of Cole Custer. Real proud of him, what he's been able to bring to the table after a couple of tough weeks out west.
What about Bubba Wallace? We saw him go for a wild slide through turns 3 and 4, running in the 7th position. Like I mentioned, his lap times are great. He's run up and caught this group of cars. See if he can do anything with them late.
And right behind them, William Byron, just slowly inching in on these guys. He's about a half a tenth to a tenth faster lap. He was all the way back to about 3 or 4 seconds behind him. And now he's just slowly caught up to within a second. He's got a great shot at getting these 2 spots before the race ends if we stay under green.
3 rookies inside the top 10. Next one of those will be Matt Tiff to his 9th. On board here with Ryan Reed, who's looking for his 2nd consecutive top 10 at a mile and a half track. He's only had 2 all time in his career. Really, really good job for the driver in the Roush Fenway organization. Last guy on the lead lap, championship leader Elliott Sadler, who's 11th right now.
He's looking in that mirror and seeing closing in is our leader, Eric Jones, looking for a break here late in the race, trying to get back into contention.
Elliott able to get some stage points there in stage 2, maintain that championship lead. 33 to go. Eric Jones leading them. .28 laps to go. NASCAR Xfinity Series at Texas Motor Speedway. First of a big weekend here at Fort Worth. NASCAR Cup cars on track tomorrow. Brad starting in the 5th position. Always good to have you with us, Brad, and some good things happening with your charity right now.
Absolutely. Thanks, Adam. And it's such an honor and a pleasure to be up here, to be in the booth. And we love the opportunity we have as race car drivers, and I love to spread the word of NASCAR through the Xfinity Series. Of course, looking forward to tomorrow's race, and also the chance to spread the word about my foundation, the Checkered Flag Foundation, which does a number of things to try to help out those who have made tremendous sacrifices for our country. Most often that's veterans, first responders, and so forth. And we have a lot of different programs going on to do that, and one of them is through the Michigan Economic Development Corporation, which has Pure Michigan Talent Connection to try to help veterans find jobs in the state of Michigan. So if you're a veteran, you don't even have to be in the state of Michigan. You can look it up, and hopefully you can find the right career for you in Michigan. And that's one of the things that we're trying to do to help our veterans and those that have put it all on the line and come back and need our help. So that's one of the many goals of the foundation, and we hope the veterans out there will give it a look.
Well, the more success you have on track, the more awareness is created for your charity. And lately, you've been doing an outstanding job. Congratulations on the 2 wins so far in 2017.
Thank you very much. Hopefully, we get another one tomorrow. We were very, very fast and happy hour.
Isn't success in racing all about consistency?
Yes, it is.
And no one more consistent in 2017 than Bubba Wallace, who with 25 laps to go, running 6th and trying to finish there for the 5th straight race.
I promise he's not trying to finish there. He wants to finish 5th or 3rd, anything better than 6th, but he'll take 6th. And this has been probably, Adam, I think one of his most impressive runs of the year. After that big long spin, just persistent and dedicated and working his tail off to grab every spot he can.
He may want to finish better than that, but he'd take it. He'd take 5 in a row in the 6th position with his competition.
And the guy in this 9 car here, we're on board with William Byron. He's caught the back of Ty Dillon in the 3 just ahead. He wants that spot away from Bubba up there, so he better get going.
Well, the reason Bubba is 6th is because Ty Dillon, who was running 5th, dropped back to 7th. Cole Custer now in the top 5. What do you see here, Brad?
Oh, I see the 3-car wiggling really big. He's getting a little bit of pressure from William Byron, taking a little bit of air off the back of the car, and he is wheeling that baby. This is great. This is fun. As a driver, this is what you live for, to be the guy behind him that's a little bit faster, put the pressure on him, and know that you can make the pass. And this corner here is going to be exciting because the 3-car was very sideways, and that's just going to get worse.
Hard to be patient when you're in this situation.
Yes, it is, but patience pays off. That's exactly what William was trying to do. Nice move by William. And Ty's just doing all he can to hang on right there.
Byron up to 7th. Mentioned Elliott Sadler prior to the break. Last car on the lead lap. He will be there no more. Sadler a lap down. Eric Jones pulling away. 2.5-second lead over Ryan Blaney, Matt.
Chasing his 4th win on a 1.5 mile, Adam. And the biggest thing for Eric Jones is clean air. It's definitely been his best friend here today. They're trying to time the lap traffic to keep that clean air. Meanwhile, the guy who's chasing him is the 22 of Blaney, and he is losing about a 10th a lap to the 20 car. He's just too free on entry that on turns 1 and 2, and then it just won't cut across the center.
See Ryan Blaney going around Ryan Reed. Reed has also gone a lap down here in the latter stages. 20 to go. And let's go back to Matt real quick. Matt, great job today. Happy birthday, my friend.
Thank you there, my pal.
And happy birthday to Jamie Little, who will celebrate here tomorrow. NASCAR on Fox Live, 1 Eastern time with the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series.
The 20 car is really comfortable with the way his car's handling right now. Got a nice lead. His lap times are consistent. And Blaney, Harvick, Austin Dillon, Custer, those guys are thinking, give me one more shot at him. Let's have a caution. Let's go to pit road. Maybe get an adjustment that will help us run Eric Jones down. That's the differing agendas our leaders are on right now.
I'd take a caution right now. What the heck?
We've seen how exciting and crazy the racing is after a caution flag period. Elliott Sadler there up in the blue car around B.J. McLeod, and Eric Jones just driving away.
You making some mental notes up here for tomorrow,
Absolutely.
Brad? A lot to learn.
I'm very curious because I really feel like Ryan Blaney was faster than Eric Jones the last run before this pit cycle. And whatever adjustment Eric Jones' team made, they've made his car a lot faster, and he's adapted very well to this pit cycle. And he's having a much stronger run right here.
I don't know. Go ahead, Michael.
I was going to say Matt Tifft is creeping in on the ailing Ty Dillon car. We saw how loose Dillon is, and Tifft is having a great run in the 19 car, the rookie. Trying to grab that spot away inside the top 10.
This will be his first top 10 of 2017. Ty Dillon starting to fade a bit in the latter stages of this race.
Yeah, no one wants a caution worse than Ty Dillon. That car has gone away. You can just see how far. Just look at the line, the white line around the bottom. His nose was right on it. His rear end was a couple feet away from it. That means that thing's hung out.
It's loose. Yes, very loose. How about it, Jamie? What are you hearing about the 3-car?
Well, Brad, it's been interesting. He's been saying that he wants to free the car up as the race goes on, but now he says he's out of control, wrecking loose, and it's making it really difficult for him to pass, and that's why he's dropped back.
Yeah, it's the opposite. He can't pass anybody. Jamie's getting passed by everybody. Matt Tifft is all over him right now.
16 laps to go. Last report we got, everyone good to go on fuel. What do you think, Larry?
Well, here's what's going to be interesting, because if we do have a caution, right now we're sitting with only 9 drivers on the lead lap. Eric Jones, his crew chief Chris Gabehart, they're in a box, because if that caution comes out, we know track position is still king, even with the 40 laps near tires. But whatever he does, most everyone else, they're going to go opposite of that. So I can promise you, they absolutely do not want to see a caution in that 20-car camp.
15 laps to go. Should celebrate a little bit with Cole Custer. We've talked about his nice run today. Career best finish, 4th at Charlotte last May. Trying for his second career top 5 finish in the 00.
There he is, and he has run down Austin Dillon in that 2 car. Watch that deficit just shrink over the last 10 laps, and he's there now. This is awesome for Cole Custer.
Dillon brothers not as good on the long run as they would like to be.
And these two together, running together, is going to bring up Bubba Wallace and William Byron. They're only about a second or a half back.
Can see those cars off of turn 4 down this front straightaway at the beautiful Texas Motor Speedway. Love coming to Texas for NASCAR.
Now to 13 laps to go as Eric Jones comes by the start-finish line. His advantage over second place Ryan Blaney, nearly 3 seconds. He's not pulling away, but ever so slightly putting some distance between himself and the runner-up. Kevin Harvick way back in third. Then you got Austin Dillon we talked about in fourth. Cole Custer rounding out the top 5.
Jones lapped around Jeb Burton there down in turns 1 and 2. Burton had some issues early in the race.
And qualifying, he had a spin.
Yeah, he spun and had a little contact in qualifying as well. Early in the race, there was an issue with the car, but they soldiered on. He's currently in 29th. There's our battle for the 4th spot.
If you're just joining us on this Saturday afternoon, expecting sports cars, we will go live to Long Beach, California next. It's the Long Beach Grand Prix. Greg Kramer has the call. Round 3 for them in 2017. Right now you can see all the action live at Fox Sports Go. 11 laps remaining here. Eric Jones leading. A couple of weeks time after taking off the Easter weekend, we go to Bristol Motor Speedway where Eric won a thriller 1 season ago. This kid's so talented. 5 consecutive top 15s for him. When you look at the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series, running for Rookie of the Year, driving for Furniture Row Racing.
Thought I saw a piece of metal over on the backside when Eric Jones went down through there last time, flopping around. Might have been a paper wrapper of some sort because there's so much wind here, anything could be blowing around.
Are you lobbying for?
No, I'm just reporting what I see.
I was thinking it might be the reflection off the Big Hoss TV. Wow, that thing is amazing.
9 laps to go as Eric Jones comes back in front of us on the front straightaway. Talked about drivers inside the top 10. Ryan Reed, 11th right now, has enjoyed a good afternoon. Daniel Suarez, 12th, had to battle back from a spin. Also had a spin yesterday in practice. Justin Allgaier won at Phoenix. He's 13th. Spencer Gallagher inside the top 15, having a real nice afternoon. Brandon Jones is 15th. He's been strong this weekend at Texas.
Shout out to J.J. Yaley up in the top 20 in that 14 car.
Go right here. 8 to go.
Solid run for J.J.
What's the mental grind like right now for a driver that's been out in front for a while and realizes the end is near in Eric Jones?
Well, it's a long green flag run right here. We're almost 100 laps straight here. And when you look at that, that can wear you down just by itself. But take a fairly hot spring day here in Texas, cars that are really treacherous, and you're leading the race always adds a little bit of stress to you, Adam, and it can really wear you down mentally. Fighting these lap cars is just another piece of the equation. And although it might look easy right now how fast Eric Jones is, I can assure you he's digging down deep to make all he can get out of this car and to get the most speed out of it. And I got to tell you, I'm really impressed with how much better he is this run at the end than where he was the last run. At the end, where it seemed like he fell off a lot at that in that run. This run, not quite so much. So that's propelled him to this, 2.5 second or so lead, where he can really kind of manage his pace, manage the gap, and hopefully bring home a victory.
Yeah, I've been watching that. When he's caught lap traffic, he's given him a little bit of extra room getting in the corner. He has over a 2-second lead. Laps are winding down. He just wants to make sure he doesn't cause some other car a problem. He can lose a little bit of momentum here and there, and it's not gonna hurt him that badly. And I think he's just tiptoeing here, hoping there isn't a caution or a problem here late in the going.
Wind still big off of 4. 5 to go when you get here. 22 off 4.
You heard the call there. 5 laps to go for Eric Jones. He has 6 career victories in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Half of those coming at 1.5-mile tracks. The first coming here 2 years ago, April 2015. Very impressive run there. We knew at that moment he was going to be a player on the big stage. And now double dipping, running Saturday and Sunday, and just over 4 laps away from his 7th career victory is Eric Jones.
And don't forget, he had a big wreck here yesterday in Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series practice. And to be able to get back out on the racetrack with confidence and to run in a race like this will help you get back on your feet. So that's a really smart move by the JGR group to keep him going with double duty here and try to get the confidence going for that team.
Saw his numbers at Texas Motor Speedway there. 4 starts, never worse than 4th. Average finish 2.75, and that victory I talked about a couple of years ago. No surprise, He's at the front. 3 remaining for Eric Jones as he works lap traffic into turn 1.
And part of that lap traffic up ahead is our battle for the 6th position. Bubba Wallace has it.
He's got a lot of company, though, Michael.
They're all over.
William Byron and Ty Dillon. Give Ty Dillon credit. He's really hung in behind William Byron here.
There you can see the slow green car. That's Daniel Hemrick still out there soldiering on, just trying to get home and grab every point he can.
He wins the Trooper of the Day award
He
for
does
sure.
that.
Wow. That car has been beat up for almost 150 some laps, and he's still out there digging.
2 laps remaining. The word of the season in the Xfinity Series has been parity. 5 races, 5 different winners. Eric Jones trying to make it 6 for 6. Coming off of turn 4. Again, working that lap traffic. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go. It's sponsored by Credit One Bank. Mentioned he wrecked his primary car on the Monster Energy Series side. Had to go to a backup. Going to start deep in the field on Sunday afternoon. But he'll take with him some much needed confidence at a track where he has been so good over the years. He has tamed Texas again. Off of turn 4 to the checkered flag. Eric Jones a winner on this Saturday afternoon.
Have you and this race team been a lot of hard work, but we had us a dominant race car today. Thank you, JGR. Appreciate you.
Check this out. William Byron will not give up. These guys are racing back to the checkered. Can William get there?
Oh, it's going to be a drag race off of turn 4 if he can just get a nose under him.
How about 5 straight races? He has finished in the 6th position. Darrell Wallace Jr. does it again. Career win number 7 for Eric Jones. Ryan Blaney 2nd. Kevin Harvick 3rd. Austin Dillon 4th. Cole Custer in the top 5 for the 2nd time in his career. There's Darrell Wallace Jr. in the 6th position. It's Byron, Ty Dillon, Matt Tifft, and Elliott Sadler inside the top 10. For the 7th time in his career, Eric Jones a winner in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Time to celebrate at Texas. Jones going to victory lane. We'll join him when we return. It's NASCAR on Fox at Texas Motor Speedway. It's all over for the NASCAR Xfinity Series here at Texas Motor Speedway. Second win of 2017 for Joe Gibbs Racing. Kyle Busch delivering earlier in the season. Today it's all about Eric Jones. When we wrap up our coverage here, we're going to Long Beach, California in sports cars. First, though, our post-race coverage. We started off with Jamie Little.
And he's running around high-fiving everybody. 5 straight races. He finished 6th. He's just shaking his head. But more importantly than that, you were caught up earlier. You guys never gave up. Sum up today for us.
Man, hold on. I needed that, especially after today we've had. We missed something, mechanical, a little bit aero. Been battling that. We've been on the free side pretty much every race. Just haven't had enough to lean on. Run with those fast guys up there, and we had some good calls, good strategy. 42 got into us there in the entry. You know, just a racing deal. I was a little pissed off there at first, but you got to remember rookies are out here, so I'm still a rookie myself, still learning. But what a blast here, man. Texas is tough now. Yeah, giving up that bottom groove is like pulling teeth. So really fought hard there, and I did look with about 9 to go where I was, and I got it mixed up between us and the 9, and we were 6th. So unreal. Just shout out to my guys. My pit crew has been on it all day, or all year, and they put us in the game there on that green flag stop. I seen we come out a couple of spots ahead of the guys we were behind, and so I knew it'd be a good day. So thanks to Lidos, thanks to Ford, Jack right there. We're making gains.
First and last career wins have come right here at the Texas Motor Speedway. So confidence, knowledge, what do you take away most about your dominating run today looking ahead at tomorrow?
Well, I think, you know, we just have to look at what the track was doing over the race and kind of how the track changed and what our car did, and really didn't make many adjustments. We know Gabehart did a good job last night getting the car freed up for today. The track was definitely a lot tighter, but just cool to get the GameStop Camry to victory lane, and just an awesome day, but couldn't do it without GameStop. Reese's, Hisense, Interstate Batteries, Toyota, JGR Engines, Xfinity, thank you, NASCAR and the fans. So just an awesome day. Cool to get back to victory lane.
Congratulations. Adam?
Eric Jones, a big winner here at Texas Motor Speedway. Next up for the NASCAR Xfinity Series, 2 weeks from now, Dash for Cash on the line. We're live in Bristol, Tennessee. You can see it on FS1. Tomorrow, NASCAR on Fox, live from Texas Motor Speedway. Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series. Our coverage begins 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Thanks for being with us on this Saturday afternoon from Texas. We're going to Long Beach, California. Sports car racing on Fox. Enjoy.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoy today's broadcast.